Tonight's episode of the Tuesday Night Cigar Club is brought to you by Drew Estate. Come experience the rebirth of cigars at www.drewestate.com and download the free Drew Diplomat smartphone app today to discover nearby retailers, RSVP to special events, redeem points to win exclusive Drew Estate merchandise, and much, much more.
Mistake, but I'm having too much fun to wait. Flag her down when she comes back by. That one's yours and this one's mine. Bring another round. 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 Bring another round.
Here's the Suckles.
Good evening, brothers and sisters of the Leaf. Coming to you live once again from the corner of No Hope, it's the Tuesday Night Cigar Club podcast. And yes, tonight, it's their legendary All Hallows Eve drinking and smoking and drinking some more and then going bananas extravaganza. Catchy name, huh? Anywho, this evening the gang slips and slides their way through the truly horrific, and not in a good way, 2019 cinematic abomination that is the Banana Splits movie, while pounding down a terrifying amount of pints of Gulden Draak 9000 Quadruple beer paired with the Wynwood Hills Mayhem cigar and the Black Diamond Radiant cigar. I'm guessing our table of so-called pairing experts thought tonight's movie would provide lots of mayhem and turn out to be a real diamond in the rough. It just goes to show you how little these assholes really know about anything. But we're not here to learn, folks. We're here to party. So sit back, light 'em up, and enjoy the show. And all of you, have a very happy Halloween.
Hustling, 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 hustling. Every day I'm hustling, hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Tut, hustle your ass over here. I got something I need to talk about.
All right, yeah.
I want to take a quick moment here at the top of the show to address some emails I've received over the last few days regarding our previous episode, number 103. Where, if you'll remember, we reviewed several Southern Draw cigars, drank some lake beers, discussed Friday 13 Part 5. It was a fun night. Really fun episode. Doctor was here for his birthday.
Uh-huh.
But due to an unavoidable technical snafu, as they call it in the podcast world, we weren't able to capture any of it on video. So it became our first show in years that folks had to listen to only, rather than having the option to watch it on our YouTube channel. And they were not happy. Here's a sampling of what some rather upset TNCC fans are saying. I got some of the emails here. Dear TNCC, what the hell is going on? I jump on your YouTube channel to watch the latest episode, just like I do every other Tuesday, and there's no freaking video, you guys. I'll try to listen to it on iTunes, I guess, but watching Cade crack open beers with his muscular arms is one of my favorite aspects of the show. Not happy. I didn't put their full... That's Jack T. sent that in.
Yeah.
Got another one. Dear TNCC, no video for episode 103? Are you kidding me? Watching Cade do his thing in the corner of No Hope every other Tuesday is, due to a rare medical condition, the only way I'm able to achieve orgasm while pleasuring myself. No Cade equals no jollies for me. Get your act together, you clowns. This one's signed, Pissed Off in Santa Monica, Janet W. I got one more for you.
Yeah, but...
Dear TNCC, my boyfriend, Ralph F., again, I removed the names there to protect the innocent, and I love watching your YouTube episodes to help get us in the mood before we head off to the club. There's something about Cade's voice that just gets our engines running, but watching him while he talks is just pure bliss for these two gents. Severely disappointed, Larry D.
Yeah, no.
The floor is yours,
No,
Ted.
so-
I'll let you explain what happened.
No, the thing is, that episode hasn't even come out yet. There's no possible way that just happened.
You're saying that episode 103 hasn't even been published yet?
No possible way.
So there's no way anybody can know about it?
Nobody's seen it.
So what are you saying?
Nobody's seen it. I'm saying that you wrote those emails.
I wrote those emails to myself.
Yes.
Well, they could be... The upset emailers could be time travelers from the future. Perhaps?
No. First of all, they would not be time travelers. Secondly, I'm going to tell you that right now, I will tell you wrote every single one of those because supposedly all of the emailers, those are the characters from Three's Company. Jack T, Janet W.
Oh my goodness.
Ralph F.
Oh, really?
Larry D, Larry Dallas.
Oh.
As if I wouldn't know that Dallas was Larry's last name.
Okay, so you're right. What kind of person would do something like that? That's crazy.
Yeah, next level crazy.
Oh, wait. Mr. Know-It-All, Mr. Conspiracy Theorist over there. Turns out I have one more email here that I forgot to read. Where is it here? Dear TNCC, what the hell is up with Tut? I think his headphones might be on too tight, considering some of the ridiculous comments that come out of his mouth. If it weren't for Cade and his hilarious sidebars, his expert cigar knowledge, and don't get me started on that sexy beard of his, hubba hubba, I would have bailed on this show years ago. Screw you, Tut. Sincerely, S. Roper.
God damn it, that's Stanley Roper.
I don't get it.
The landlord. The super.
Well, I'm just bringing you guys. I'm kind of the conduit between the fans and you guys, and I'm the one that has to deal with this shit. No. Welcome everyone to the Tuesday Night Cigar Club, episode 104.
I'm just saying Stanley Roper was pretty fucking mean there.
He was.
Screw Don Knotts.
Also, he's dead.
Was that back from Asian Don Knotts? He was getting us back for that?
Actually, not that this has anything to do with Three's Company, but Don Knotts was Mr. Furley.
Might be why he's pissed off at me.
Stanley Roper was the subsequent, who also had his own spin-off show, The Ropers.
Correct.
Mr. Furley's better.
Again, not that it has anything... It's just a coincidence. Janet W., she's coming down you from Santa Monica. They didn't live in Santa Monica. Maybe they did.
They completely did.
It's a very special show tonight, folks, as we conclude our gigantic march to Halloween with our enormous All Hallows Eve drinking and smoking and drinking some more and going bananas extravaganza.
Going bananas?
Or some shit like that.
Oh.
Tonight, I do like Halloween, though.
We do love Halloween, and tonight is, Yak Boy, it's going to be bananas.
Why is it going to be bananas?
Am I right?
I'm excited.
Of course I'm right. It reminds me of the story I was thinking the other day when you about the guy who walks in the doctor's office and he's got a carrot up his nose, he's got a cucumber in his ear, and he's got a banana in his other ear.
I'm scared to ask.
He says, "Help me, doc. What's the matter with me?" And the doctor says, "Oh, it's obvious. You're not eating properly."
Thank you, everybody, for joining the TNCC this evening.
This is where it falls apart. We had a good run, boys.
Let me guess. That joke was from Three's Company? I ripped that off of Silver Spoons.
Did you?
You just said Silver Spoons.
Folks, we're doing a banana movie tonight.
Are we doing this one first?
Yes, we're going to do the Wynwood. So we've got two tiny little cigars up for discussion tonight. Actually, they're short Robustos is what they are.
They are incredibly tiny cigars.
I believe the Wynwoods are. I believe that's technically our first cigar. You know what, folks? Every episode, what do? We talk cigars.
Beer.
Expertly paired with a beer. Expertly paired with a film. And since we've got a banana movie to do tonight, I could not find a banana-themed cigar. There were some shady websites that had some stuff, but I didn't really want to give them my PayPal information. So I went kind of out of the box with my cigar pairings tonight. But we're going to do two cigars We're gonna do a banana beer and a banana movie for you, and we're gonna go bananas, guaranteed.
We are going bananas,
and you're gonna get to see us this episode.
maybe.
Can we listen to Bananarama?
I wish,
No.
but YouTube would kick us out if we get Fritz to cover Bananarama. Oh God, he'd do a great Cruel Summer. Oh, now I want to hear that, and I'm not gonna continue talking until I hear that.
Just for note, don't make that song. Cade will not speak anymore.
Hey,
Oh.
hey. So tonight's first cigar, let's get right to it, boys. This is our last Halloween episode. This is our last horror film, maybe of the year. And I foolishly let you guys pick it.
I figured right around Christmas we're going to be watching something with Krampus, but that's just me. As if there's not enough Krampus
No,
movies.
what do I know about horror movies? I'll let you guys. I'll let History Channel Face and Anime Nose over there pick our last horror film. Not the guy who basically lives in a horror museum 365 days of the year. No. I'll defer to you guys. Glad I did. Cigar number 1, the Wynwood Hills Mayhem by CLE Cigar Company. It is a 4.5 by 50 Rothschild, I believe. The wrapper is Honduras, Yamastran. Binders Honduras, fillers Honduras. This might be our first Honduran Puro on the show.
Honduran Puro, maybe, yeah.
Have
we done a CLE before?
We have, sort of. Remember that giant 8-inch green ogre cigar?
Ogre?
Well, that was Asylum, but I think they're connected with CLE.
Collaborate.
So it's the closest we've got.
Okay.
I believe Asylum's like a branch of CLE. But yeah, I'm not going to hold that against it.
Gotcha.
This Honduran Corojo Puro comes to us from the CLE Cigar Company via Famous Smoke Shop. That's where I got these.
By the way, if you go onto the website and you click the Famous Smoke Shop banner and you order $100 or more and you click in the TNCC20 in the promo code, you get $20 off that order.
20 off 100. That's 20%. Best promo code in the business. Wynwood Hills was a brand originally formed back in 2012 as a collaboration between CLE and Robert Caldwell. But Caldwell exited the project the next year, so this puppy is all CLE. I believe it went away for a while, too. It just came back, I believe, last year in 2018.
It's the first one I'm hearing of it.
There's 2 other blends under the Wynwood Hills umbrella, the Unhinged and the Deranged. Tonight we're smoking the Mayhem because that's what I was hoping tonight's movie might deliver.
Yeah. I'm curious to see if it does.
Mayhem cigar, mayhem on screen. How's that for a pairing? In theory. So I will talk about the second little cigar later. And I'll let Yak Boy do what he does best right here. Actually, you do a lot of things really good. But you also introduce our beer every episode, and I can't wait to hear about this one.
It is the Gulden Draak 9000 Quadruple. It is a mouthful. Much like this beer, it is delicious.
It is fucking good.
The Gulden Draak is made by, and bear with me.
You got to pronounce it right.
I cannot.
The Gulden Draak? Wait.
He's
Which
trying to pronounce the brewery.
is Dutch. Gulden Draak is Dutch for Golden Dragon.
Do it.
Oh.
So, the
name of the brewery is?
What brewery?
Brouwerij van Steenberg.
Okay.
They were founded in 1784.
Holy smokes.
They are located in Urtveld, East Flanders, Belgium.
Now,
That's a lot of years of practicing
we
beer.
like the Belgians, correct?
We do.
They're nice people.
They are.
They invented the waffle.
I do.
They invented
They invented the waffle.
They've got some fries.
Belgium French fries?
Yeah, Belgian fries.
Are they like French fries?
I don't know.
I never had.
Is that,
No.
are we talking about like waffle cut fries? Is that?
Well, that's kind of cool.
Oh, they
Like
would,
the Chick-fil-A.
like the
Are those
Chick-fil-A?
Belgian fries?
those
No,
are-
they just call them waffle fries.
Belgian
but I mean, I would
waffle
call them
fries.
Belgian fries.
Belgium created the waffle
If
fry.
If Belgium made that, then yeah, God bless
Let's
the
start
Belgians.
that. What else did Belgium originate, Yaks?
I'm not sure.
They make damn good beer.
They
Say
make
it.
good beer.
You told me before the show. What else did they start?
Well, I don't
Human
think.
slavery.
I don't think it was them.
I think that was.
It could have been
I
them.
think that was the Dutch.
They're very close, similar. Do Belgians wear wood shoes?
That's the Dutch.
That's
The
just
Dutch.
the Dutch.
They're very close in nature. The Belgians and
Those
the Dutch.
slavers.
Yeah.
No, they're nice people.
I've got nothing.
They got a lot going for them. They've got this delicious beer, many other things, but we're going to talk about the
I was
beer.
about to say,
Okay.
I'm not going to be making fun of Belgians if they risk cutting us off.
This is delicious.
No, not doing it.
The Gulden Draak is as we said, it is a quadruple, which basically is very strong. This one clocks in ABV wise at 10.7, but a very low IBU of 25.
Yeah.
So typically they are stronger. They tend to come in with that reddish.
Yeah, that's beautiful color.
It's a heavy beer too. Like the bottle itself.
the glass is just.
This thing. The bottle weighs.
You empty out the
5
bottle. The
pounds.
bottle weighs nothing. It was all the beer.
It's just a
so
really
dense.
heavy beer.
The quadruple is, just given in the name, in the strength of the beer itself, and there are other, that falls within the same line of the double, the triple, and with this following the quadruple, and it follows the Trappist method of brewing to give it that
I thought it tasted
strong
Trappist.
style, the dark, and gives it a spicy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got that
and fruit flavors,
like baking spices,
Mm-hmm.
if you will. There's some fruit in there, like darker fruits, like plums and. Gosh, it's thick and viscous and fruity and spicy. It's everything.
Well, and this from themselves for this particular, the 9000, the new recipe on the basis, because they do actually have just a Gulden Draak, which is the triple. So this being the quadruple, is they gave it the 9000, which I'm not sure why the 9000. I could not find a reference for that. I'm sure there is one. But they incorporated 3 kinds of malts in 4 times the content in the lager. And as they say, together with the smooth and subtle sweet taste, ensures this is a wonderfully accomplished bouquet. And just like the other specialty beers from Van Steenberg, the 9000 quadruple is a beer of high fermentation with a secondary fermentation. And with that secondary one, they add a wine yeast as used, which contributes to the grandiose taste.
I can see that. I can see this beer being like at the barn smokers we go to, like just being pressed into these barrels and shit just added. It's all goop. This thing is it's very malty on the nose.
Yes. Well, they also say that, it's this is one of those beers that is actually excellent for cellaring. You can keep it for a little while longer than your standard.
I really enjoy it. It reminds me of one of the Unibrew ones we did. The
Yes.
Maudite, maybe, or
It's definitely, for me, it's definitely less citrus and floral than the Unibrew stuff.
oh yeah, no, lesser, but maybe it's the complexity, because I always associate complex beers with Unibrew. They do it so well.
Yeah.
I'm just getting that fruitiness. I'm getting the malts. Like you said, there's no bitterness to speak of. A little breadiness.
Yeah.
That
That would come from the maltiness.
what do you guys think? I think it's delicious.
It is.
You like it, Tut?
I like it, but not as much as you guys.
Okay.
It's a good beer. I like it, but I think I prefer the Unibrew style, and that's
Unibrew is a much more delicate. Not saying you need a delicate beers.
no, their flavors are a bit brighter. This
Yes.
is a bit bitter.
Well, I thought we're finally got a little bit cooler weather here,
No.
and
No, I'm not bagging on you for going this direction.
Sounds like he is. Well, look, you want to know why I selected this beer? Because
Why?
I had a feeling when I let you guys pick tonight's movie
It's going to be about dragons.
that I would not be scared by it one bit. So I was like, I'm going to pick a beer
Oh.
that'll scare the shit out of you guys. This is by far our highest ABV.
Yeah.
What was Old Rasputin? 8, 9.
Yeah,
I
somewhere.
think so. Yeah.
That's just 10.7. I mean,
What about that Dankus thing? Dankosaurus Rex.
No, that still was that
and even the Gold Monkey
was only like
Golden
9.
Monkey's only
9.
Yeah.
So
All right.
that's why I picked this beer.
Okay.
Unlike the movie, I thought it was.
I don't know why you think we'd be scared off of a 10 ABV.
Maybe next time, we could,
Oh, also the description said the beer had flavor notes of banana.
Oh. I just thought you picked it because Cody and I like dragons and it's got a dragon on it.
We're not doing dragon movies, so this is the closest thing you guys are going to get.
Which, for trivia buffs, the Gulden Draak, the actual little dragon on the bottle, is the symbol of this beer, is actually sits atop the cathedral in Ghent. So it's actually an actual dragon symbol on the top of a church.
Okay. Well, I do like the beer, and
I'm just saying.
I unfortunately,
thank you, Mr. History.
I am getting.
He's history face.
I'm getting. I am getting a lot of fruitiness, but I'm not getting any banana. It was sold to me as I would get notes of banana. I'm not getting it.
I'm thankful I'm not getting notes of banana.
Yeah, no
I'm not
doubt.
a fan of banana beer. Or even subtle hints of banana.
Well, I was talking to the doctor the other day. He's like, why don't you just have yaks with a blender over there making you guys banana daiquiris all night?
That'd be kind of cool.
I'm like, well, there might be a problem, one, for sound.
Yeah.
So then we enter the...
What? How are you guys
All of a sudden,
doing?
that farmer from our JD interviews, he's back there just looking directly in the camera, too. You mother...
And then my second point was, doctor, that would mean I'd have to drink, like, 15 banana daiquiris, and I really would rather not drink one banana daiquiri.
Well, that's all right, because it wouldn't happen, because I don't really actually like bananas, and
No, really.
I do not.
I like banana pancakes.
I don't like
This is our
bananas.
big banana episode.
The fruit, I mean, anything else, banana-wise, I'm fine.
Banana bread, you're like...
Banana, yeah, surprisingly, yes, but the actual fruit by itself, I do not like
You
it.
cannot eat bananas, huh?
I don't like the taste. I don't know why. I loved them when I was a kid, but, your taste buds change, and all of a sudden, like the actual fruit, I'm like, nah.
Did somebody
Gross.
do something
I was
to you?
about to
Did
say
somebody
we're
do
gonna
something?
unlock a dark memory
Did
of
somebody
his
do something
brother
to you
just
with-
shoving down bananas.
Dude, he went to those summer camps. Did you get hazed with a banana?
Isn't it weird how we start talking about something and immediately it just goes to the worst possible place?
Show me on the Gulden Draak bottle where they touched you with the
It's
banana.
here, tell you, here.
Okay. More on that later, right?
By the way, I'm going to go ahead and give my notes for the first third because I'm going to blow through this. And
Boy, you got a beautiful burn
He
line.
is done with it. He's right down to the band now.
So
Two
there
puffs.
was like I can't decide whether it was a pepper or a spice initial blast right off the bat, but
Correct.
it wasn't like a black pepper type deal. It was a little bit of an odd deal.
It was a little bit lighter than that, but it was a really nice...
I'm not really getting much off the
And then I'm getting kind of a
aroma. I mean, it's
dry toast, almost like a real heavy toast.
No, there's definitely a bready, toasty element to it. I'm getting really nice cedar, a really warm, nice cedar, that breadiness. And there's something else there. I'm still trying to... I was trying to focus on it. Man, I don't smoke a lot of Honduran tobaccos. So I'm really curious to kind of...
Me neither, and I'm liking this, though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of digging it.
There's a little bit of... You guys are going to make fun of me. I'm going back to the cigar
don't
pairing...
make fun of him.
No,
No, that's fine.
the
That's
pairing...
fine.
What do they call it?
Yeah.
The flavor wheel.
The flavor wheel.
You guys getting a little pencil shavings on that retro wheel?
it's gonna be real hard because
That's-
once again, I've never tasted pencil shavings.
That's eerie.
No,
but
you're
no.
not-
You
you're not
smelled it.
tasting them.
Like I used to love smelling in the
Yeah.
old school.
Correct. That smell is what... I'm getting a little bit that out of my nose.
I don't
There
know
was
whether it's
something
the
around
power
here
of
that actually had pencil shavings in it to where we could compare.
Stick your head in that pencil sharpener.
I didn't realize that it could be the power of suggestion, but the moment you said pencil shavings, my nose lit up and said, "Yep, that's it, Hoss."
Well,
that would be
It
the
was
cedar.
on the cigar flavor wheel.
But that would be
My
the
God.
cedar. Why would they call it
think
pencil
is.
shavings?
Well,
Why wouldn't they just call it cedar shavings?
Well, because I'm getting cedar across the palate.
I'm getting cedar on the palate. I'm getting the distinct kind of unique sense of pencil shavings on the nose.
mean, put the
Give me your
pencil up to
pencil.
your nose.
Give me your pencil. Yes, that's what I'm getting on the nose.
I'm smelling Ticonderoga number 2.
See, I'm getting number 3. I'm getting number 3 pencil. I could not take the SATs with this cigar.
That is so weird. Oh my goodness. I don't think I've ever run across a cigar with that unique of a flavor.
Those emailers are right. My cigar expertise. Huh?
They didn't exist.
Janet W. knows her shit. Or is that Jack T? I have to go back and look. There was a bunch of other emails I left out that were really critical of you guys. More on that later. Before Tut shuts down our email,
I'm looking at it.
our email server. I'm going to block all anyone who has any kind of combination of names of 80 sitcom stars get blocked.
No, I'm just going to be like, I'm going to write an algorithm that's going to have an array of all negative terms, and it's going to look for Tut. And then anytime it says Tut, it's going to replace it with Cade.
Oh, Cade's wearing those headphones a little too tight.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to tweak it a little bit.
When me and the ladies are enjoying the show down at the Regal Beagle, now then I can see where you guys might have a point, but they didn't go there. All right, boys. So I'm getting cedar on the draw. I'm getting that pepper and pencil shavings. It's a very smooth cigar. Very smooth.
It is.
Yeah.
And considering how kind of light it is, it's not getting drowned out at all by the quadruple beer.
It's actually not. And I was really, when I first lit it up or I first tasted the beer, I was like, dude, there's no way that this is going to hang. And it's actually pairing decently. I'm not going to say it's a great pairing.
No.
But it's not interfering with it. Put it that way.
When you construct your pairing around that you read a thing where maybe the beer had a little bit of banana in it based on the movie you're doing and not taking into account anything with the cigar, I think we did okay.
Yeah.
Are you enjoying it? I would think this would be in your wheelhouse.
It is. I agree with Ted. I mean,
Look at those ashes, boys.
lighting it up. I mean,
that.
that it had that that blast of pepper just right there. It
wasn't really a harsh.
like no. I mean, I'm not saying like
Yeah.
It exploded. It was.
That's right.
But no, it just I can definitely see that. I mean, it's very smooth.
Okay.
And like a lot of those flavors are just background. I mean, I'm a little bit of leather, that cedar.
You getting the breadiness?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but they're very. I mean, it's very light.
Actually, I can get a little bit of mild leather in there too.
So
it's quite an expansive palette of flavors there in such a tiny little cigar.
I think so.
Okay.
By the way, if you like what you're listening to, subscribe to us on YouTube. Join us on Instagram at TNCC_podcast. Hit us up on Facebook, Tuesday Night Cigar Club. Yeah, I did the subscribe to us. Hopefully you're already watching this on YouTube. And then Twitter at TNCC.
We obviously know people are watching us on YouTube. Did you read those emails? Did you hear those emails?
Ah.
Hold on, I got another one from Chrissy.
you can. It's not real.
What else? Amazon.
Oh, that's right. We got we got Christmas coming up, yeah. But if you want to do
Halloween.
it before that, we'll get some Halloween.
This will come out on Halloween.
Hey, Thanksgiving. Everybody likes buying Thanksgiving gifts. So,
do they?
Yeah, if you're going to buy some Thanksgiving gifts, join to the Tuesday Night Cigar Club website, hit the Amazon banner, do your shopping from there, and we'll get a little kickback from it. It doesn't cost you anything extra. They're not jacking up the price. You pay the same low prices that you always pay on Amazon. It's just we get a little something.
Does Amazon have a sweater I can wear to Thanksgiving that says "fuck you" and your green bean casserole?
Yes, actually, it does.
I'm sure they do.
Those Chinese are so good.
They are.
They knew it. They knew it the minute.
And I guarantee you, an hour from now, I'll get on my phone and Facebook will have that sweater up on a thing.
Not listening at all.
No. Okay, so we're all enjoying the cigar. Tasty beer. What's left? The film.
The film.
Tonight we will be discussing the Banana Splits movie, 2019, hot off the press.
Hot off.
Speaking of, I got an email from one of our fans about tonight's movie.
Did you really? Terry the nurse.
I wish I did. The email would be more interesting than.
Written by Jed Elenoff and Scott Thomas, who also collaborated on 2010's Scooby-Doo Camp Scare cartoon movie. So this is not their first foray into the horror genre.
It really felt like it.
And the film is directed by...
Scooby-Doo's not a horror genre.
I was being sarcastic, guys.
Scooby-Doo movies.
The film is directed by a woman named Danishka Esterhazy. Probably said that wrong. I apologize. Danishka Esterhazy. A little background here, a brief history lesson, if you will.
Please.
The Banana Splits Adventure Hour was an American children's variety show produced by Hanna-Barbera that ran from 1968 to 1970, and then it played in syndication all the way through 1982. The hosts of the show were a fictional rock band composed of animal characters called the Banana Splits. That was the name of the band. Fleagle the dog, lead guitar. Bingo the ape, drums. Drooper the lion, bass. And Snorky the elephant, keyboards. I know a keyboard player, but his name's Snarky.
So true. So true. Asshole. I mean,
anywho, this show, which I admittedly have no recollection of watching, but apparently you boys did, because you're so adamant that we do this fucking movie.
I gotta be honest, I totally didn't.
Has a long-running, loyal fan base that to this day, there's... Remember when we had Keith in here, our voiceover announcer, and we mentioned that they'd made this, and he went crazy about the Banana Splits. Now, granted, he's a good 10 years older than us. I couldn't understand why you guys were so excited about this.
It ran through, and even through the 80s.
I mean, 82,
like early morning.
We would have been so little.
They made a comment in the movie that this was spun off of the Monkees, the show, the television show.
It
Monkees.
Was.
Were they on it? I mean, was there like a cartoon?
I think they did a crossover.
Because if it was tied
in
in with the Monkees, I guarantee that's where I saw it.
Well, actually, there's a reference to this.
How old are you? You're watching the Monkees? What was that?
It was like...
Hey,
we're
the Monkees.
Yeah, it was replayed on television.
Like to monkey around.
I would get home from school and the Monkees would be on.
Tut's 62 years old. Leave It to Beaver, was that also...
Leave It to Beaver was also on.
He's 65 years old.
Reruns.
He remembers the transition to color.
There used to be this thing in television programming called the rerun.
I'm aware of the Monkees. I'm aware of... I was aware of the Banana Splits, but I certainly I have no memory of watching it as a kid.
I don't either.
But you guys were just so for this movie. I had no choice.
Well, I thought it was an interesting concept.
Great. Okay.
And they did a hell of a job with the trailer.
I think that, like I said, it does have apparently a loyal fan base still this day, and that brings us to the movie designed, I think, to cash in on that nostalgia factor, while hopefully, ideally, being a well-made horror film at the same time. I think that's what they're probably were shooting for. That about cover the history of Banana Split?
Yes.
What do bananas say when they answer the phone? Yellow.
Jeez. I'm so sorry about this.
You're almost done with your cigar.
I'm trying to smoke it so fast so I can get the hell out of here.
Nope.
One more banana joke like that, and I'm on to cigar.
You got $1 million.
You're gonna split. Hey, Tut's wearing his pumpkin shirt tonight.
Hey, pumpkin shirt.
It's Halloween.
Every year. I look forward to it.
The only way you can get me out of this pumpkin shirt on Halloween is to peel it off of me.
Like a banana. You guys ready to talk about this movie?
No.
Yes.
Okay. I will jump back to the cigar when I see you guys are in the final third, because man, these things are so tiny.
Better hurry. I just feel like I'm watching it. It's just burning by itself.
Okay. We start things off by joining Beth, a late 30s, early 40s something mother, as she dozes off on the couch, i.e., did you see the coffee table? Drank an entire bottle of wine, me style, while watching the Banana Splits on TV. But this is modern day. She's watching it on a big flat screen TV. In this world, the Banana Splits still exists. It's still running like current episodes. She's suddenly awakened by her young son Harley, who startles the shit out of Beth by leaning over her wearing a creepy elephant costume. It's his birthday tomorrow, and he's too excited to sleep. She tucks him back into bed. Then she goes in the next room and scolds her other son, 19-year-old Austin, for coming in past curfew. He's 19. She's very protective. And he begs her, don't tell their stepdad, Mitch, or else he's going to really... She tells him, it's Harley's birthday tomorrow. I'll give you a break.
Especially if a guy named Mitch.
Wish my mom had obliged that request at least once or twice. And then Beth hits the sack. The next morning, as she's icing Harley's birthday cake, she gets a call that his friend Duncan... She's icing the cake. Duncan Hines. You got to read between the lines on these scripts, boys.
I just now got that. You pointed it out.
Yeah, that's why I'm here.
These guys weren't trying too hard, were they?
When you write third, fourth, fifth draft of a script and you just want to keep adding subtext and layers and go deeper and deeper, that's where they, what if we made the kid Duncan? Because she's icing that cake.
Maybe the kid's name was going to be Ralph. But then they were like, let's add.
Oh yeah,
let's put in something.
There you go. It's all part of the stew. Well, Duncan can't make it to the party. Suddenly, Beth's hungover second husband Mitch walks out, rubbing his temples and sipping his coffee, us style. She tells
by that philosophy, shouldn't Mitch's name be Richard?
Because he's an enormous dick.
Yeah.
We don't know that.
That's why they stopped at the fifth draft. They should have done a sixth.
Or maybe, like Cody was about to say, they don't want to give it away right off the bat.
And not to mention, this guy looks like a Mitch.
that part's true.
He looks like Mitch. So he's sipping his coffee over his head. She tells Mitch that Harley's going to be crushed that Duncan can't come to the party. Invite someone else, Mitch says. But Beth explains there's not a lot of kids Harley's age who still enjoy the Banana Split show. No, that's because it's stupid, Mitch groans.
No, I like well, invite someone else. And she was like, we can't. It's his only friend. And then Mitch, really?
And that's why this will be revealed later. Well, I won't get to it, but yeah, Mitch doesn't seem to know a lot about Harley. At this point, I'm kind of digging Mitch.
I knew you would.
At this point.
I knew you would. At first, I was just like, oh, come on, man. He's a flat
stepdad character.
Stepdad dick character. But at the same time, he's the only thing going right now.
Right now, it's early. I mean, we've literally just met the family. It's early. But I'm liking him.
Well, there'd never be another replay of Drunk Dad. But I mean, if we were going to see like him, I mean, if you see him like had that coffee cup, he goes over, starts filling it with booze.
They didn't go there. Should have. But whether Mitch likes it or not, Beth tells him they're all going to a live taping of the Banana Splits that afternoon. Mitch hits the shower to rinse off last night's drink-a-thon and probably heavy sex session with the lovely Beth. And when he emerges into the bedroom with his towel on, he finds Austin, the older brother, digging through his nightstand.
Stealing some money.
Austin, who just took a 20 off of Mitch's money roll, swears he was just looking for a missing sock. And Mitch tells him, hey, buddy, if you need money, all you gotta do is ask. So Austin's like, well, okay, can I have $20? Yeah, right. Dude, Mitch just laughs and walks off. Not a chance. And it turns out Mitch is even bigger dick tut. Get this. Down later at the dinner table, after Harley blows out his candles on his cake, Beth is going to give him the Banana Split tickets. Mitch grabs them.
Oh, that was such a dick move.
And here we go, buddy.
Look at this, buddy. We're going to Banana Split.
Look what I got you.
Oh, man.
We all chipped in.
We all did our part. Like he personally ordered those. Stood in line 5 months ago to get these damn tickets. Thanks, Daddy, Harley screams. But Mitch quickly corrects him, explaining once again that Harley's far too old.
We talked about this.
You're far too old to call me Daddy. What is Harley, 8? Maybe 10?
Maybe, yeah.
At the most.
Maybe.
Don't call me Daddy. Mitch.
In fact, stop speaking to me. You're a man now.
But also we learned at the cake blowing out scene that Beth was able to finagle one other classmate of Harley's, Zoe, to attend in Duncan's place. They're all set.
Done.
We do see a little scene at Zoe's house where she does not want to come. She's like, I don't know him really well, and I don't like the banana splits. And the mom's like,
I actually like this.
I just want you out of the house for the next few
basically,
hours.
yes, I'm familiar with that scenario. And, yes.
I was about to say the mom
You're
and
gonna
the
have a
daughter had the
great
best
time.
chemistry so far.
So, again, it's very early to
You guys are going to have a great time. Bye-bye.
go on.
I already got you. I packed you lunch, your backpack. Everything's good to go.
The dysfunctional family truckster pulls into Taft Studios, where a security guard gives them directions to the banana split stage, the oldest stage on the lot. When Harley asks him, the security guard, if he knows the banana splits personally, something a kid would ask,
Yeah.
he tells the wide-eyed boy that late at night, when he's the only one working, he hears the splits driving around the lot in their banana buggies, singing their classic songs. By the way the guy delivers it, it's not clear if he's joking or not, but Mitch is skeptical. Ugh. As they
He
wait,
really was basically delivering it more like the guy from Pee-wee's. It was on a night just like this.
I was about to say, I mean, was this guy like trying to be like, yeah, kid, I see them at night. They're riding around in their buggies. It's great here. Or was he like, they ride around in their buggies?
It was a night just like this.
This guy's face is just like, is it supposed to be ominous? I mean, what are we...
But I actually think that works in the character's favor.
Right.
You don't know if he's trying to just give the kid hope or if he's just a real weird...
If he at least just...
Are they setting this guy up for the Scooby-Doo mask reveal?
Officer Tompkins! As they wait in line outside the studio to go in for the show, a page named Paige welcomes them and begins confiscating all their cell phones. I love this. A blogger named Thad, who's just gone on Facebook Live to announce to his followers that he'll be live broadcasting all day long, refuses to give up his cell phone to Paige. I'm not giving up my phone, man. I just told all my followers that I was going to be broadcast live. So she looks at his phone. I'm sure all 218 of your followers will understand.
She's pretty hardcore.
I like that.
Will you understand if you give me another Gulden Draak?
I will. But while he eventually does Aquilence and give her his phone, his Asian girlfriend Poppy shows him she kept her phone, so they'll be able to get some content. Why get you a...
The problem with that follower count, though, is the poor graphic design on the phone when they were showing that, and it's nothing but likes and smiles and hearts going up.
Yeah.
It's like they have a bazillion followers.
Yeah, with 218, you'd be lucky if you had like one dude watching, and he'd probably tune out after a second. Not that
I don't know with this
not
girlfriend.
that we know about that. Yeah, she was pretty cute. Well, speaking of cell phones, Mitch has his head buried in his phone the whole time, especially when Harley jumps out in front of an incoming banana car transporting the banana splits themselves to the studio. Harley almost gets creamed banana pudding. But luckily Beth yanks him out of harm's way. Harley's really confused. He's a very soft-spoken, gentle young kid. I said hi to Snorky. Snarky's tight. Snorky.
We're so confused.
Oh,
with
God.
these names.
I hope I didn't do that on all my notes. I'm going to call him Snarky. I said hi to Snorky because when he almost ran him over, the car stopped and the banana splits just stared at him. And he just stared at me, a confused Hartley mutters. Beth yanks the cell phone away from Mitch and tells him that her son was almost run over by a banana car. Jesus, that'd be an embarrassing way to die, he says. Mitch.
I knew you would like Mitch.
That was like, way to go.
Austin happily hands over his cell phone to Paige. He's kind of a loser teenager. Nobody's calling him anyway. But he thinks she's cute, and he kind of is trying to flirt with her a little bit. But even 8-year-old Zoe, their little tag-along, is well aware. Austin has zero game with the ladies.
And she's points that out.
Yes, she does. Tut, you're almost done with your cigar. Anything new?
No, actually, it's not. It's pretty much. I don't get hardly any of the pepper. I don't get a lot of leather now. But I am getting that toast. I'm getting that breadiness kicking through there. I don't know whether I'm still getting the pencil shavings or not because I am holding my pencil like next to my nose. And
This cigar is amazing.
it's like, is
Right, you're smoking your pencil.
is that interfering with my cigar?
I don't think it works like
He's
that.
just grinding up pencil shavings, snorting them like
It's a good
old-time
cigar.
tobacco.
It's different.
It is very different. It's very dry. I mean, it's a dry palate cigar.
It is a dry cigar. I'm getting the toast and cedar on the draw. I'm getting that pepper and the pencil shavings on the nose. But despite those weird descriptives of pencil shavings and cedar, it's smooth. It's
very smooth cigar.
It's even when you say dry, you think that's kind of a negative, but not necessarily.
No. I mean, it's just
It's
palate. It's a
just-
palate feel.
It's a clean smoking kind
Yeah.
of gentle cigar. It's different. I like it.
It is very different. I wish it had a little bit more strength, but the flavor wise is
That
there.
retro hail for me is not. I'm glad it doesn't because it's such a unique retro hail, and I'm kind of digging this delicate little flower of a cigar. Yak boy.
I'm kind of the same. The
No, I want
that-
more nicotine.
malty bread part's still there. Still just, background. I mean, just real subtle, that little bit of leather. But pepper-wise, I mean, at this point, it's not getting a whole lot.
I'm still getting a little bit.
But
Okay. If you get anything new, let me know. Excuse me. You want to talk price point while we're on it?
Yeah, we might as well.
Might as well. No, you first.
well, I was already with my answer, but I'll wait.
Robusto. Let's go $9.
Actually, a Rothschild, a little bit smaller than a Robusto.
Rothschild. Let's go $8.
That's about what I was going to say. So I'll go $8.50.
I'm gonna go $7.50.
It's not bad.
$7.50.
Meh.
Yeah, and I actually, I think it could be smoked slower. But smoking it fast or slow, I mean, like I said, it's got a different profile I haven't had in it. I don't really have a cigar. A lot of times you get cigars, you compare them to something else in your head, a different cigar. I can't really put this on, like, this reminds me of, no, I can't really think of anything like that. But like I said, I haven't smoked a lot of Honduran Puros. I like it.
I do too. It's definitely a little bit different than our wheelhouse, so that's kind of cool.
And I think it's kind of an ironic name. There's nothing mayhem about it. It's very calm.
Yeah.
Well, maybe this was like mayhem for them because everything else they make is just wildly like...
The ogre, that giant 8-inch
So it's an ironic mayhem.
Jolly Green Giant
This is
dick.
mayhem. I don't understand what's going on here. There's no explosions.
Everybody in my life for like 3 days was like, "What is wrong with you?" I smoked the Jolly Green Giant's dick the other night. Did you see the size? Dude, what was it, like an 8x80? And that thing was just crazy. You're right. Maybe this is just so different for them that it's so normal. Maybe, there you go. I don't know. And the beer certainly still tasty. Okay. Well, when these splits arrive in their dressing room / workshop, a mad scientist type named Carl, who appears to be their handler, scolds Drooper for almost running over Harley, the little boy outside, and he hooks him up to some cables for a program reboot while the other 3 furry animals
but he
scamper
never-
off.
It never gives any indication as to why they're robots.
This is a new twist, right? In the original show, those were just sweaty, smelly guys in suits.
Yeah.
Correct.
They weren't robots.
They weren't robots.
But here, the banana splits are robotic creatures.
They're supposed. I mean, they're. You could say animatronic, but they're like the most.
Advanced robots ever made. Elon Musk doesn't have robots like
I mean,
this?
when they're not. I mean, we'll see here in a little bit when they're on stage, they dance and sing, but here they're just like they walk around like robots.
But they, I mean, I'll get into that, how advanced they are here in just a little bit. So while the show's producer Rebecca tries to hunt down the missing Drooper, what was Drooper, bass? See the bass guitar player, Drooper?
Wait, the monkey was the drums.
Bingo's drums. Flegel was guitar. Yeah. Drooper was bass.
Yeah.
Well, Drooper's getting rebooted. Rebecca can't find him. She's met in the hallway by a smarmy production executive named Andy, who informs her that he just got promoted to VP and he's canceling the Banana Splits as it doesn't fit his vision for the network moving forward. She can't believe it. Are you crazy, Andy? We're still a huge hit. But he explains that, yeah, it's true, but it's old and stupid and I want something cool and edgy. This is your last show. As Andy walks away, we see that the still uploading Drooper in the background has heard all of this new information. Uh-oh, he's not going to be happy. I bet he runs off and tells the other animals lickety-split.
Thank you once again for joining the TNCC. It's been a great night.
I couldn't tell if that was supposed to be intentionally cheesy dialogue from Andy. Like, I want something cool and edgy. Like, that's just so bad dialogue. It's just really, and he has more really awful dialogue later. Like, how can I write the most cliched TV executive ever type stuff?
Well, it would have made more sense had he simply said something along the lines like, "You know what it costs? This show costs too much. You know what it takes to keep those robots running?"
No, he just wants something cool and edgy.
He wants some cool and edgy.
You know what drives me bananas, boys?
What drives you bananas?
That's right, Tut. When I got up in the morning after drinking 3 bottles of wine and some malt liquor, only to find that we've run out of coffee in the Cade household. Wednesdays. That's just how important coffee is to me, to my very soul. And because I love coffee with such an irrational passion, you know I love me some Tobacco Special cigars, brought to you by the one and only Drew Estate.
That you do.
The same folks who created Sweet Jane, La Vieja Habana, and so many other classic lines. Available in your choice of either extra dark Connecticut broadleaf or natural Connecticut shade wrappers, they envelop a Sumatra binder and Nicaraguan Criollo filler leaves. Before aging, the cigars are slowly infused with Nicaraguan estate-grown coffee. The smoke is medium to full-bodied, depending on the wrapper. Its rich tobacco flavors commingling with the unmistakable aroma of coffee and a little bit of sweetness. A perfect early morning or after-dinner smoke, and if you don't believe me, go try one for yourself. When's Drew Estate going to do a banana cigar? Like an acid banana.
Hopefully.
Don't give him the idea.
Or maybe Oscar Valladares can wrap a cigar in a banana peel.
That'd actually be pretty cool.
So they're just going to change the little
rotty and it's brown and mushy.
They're just going to change the little acid logo from that guy on the motorcycle to Snorky over here, just leaning up, silhouette style.
I'm just saying, it could be a tie-in there.
Next barn smoker, Willie's going to come up to you and be like, "Asshole, they got me test driving like a whole bunch of banana cigars now."
That whole big secret new line that JD said. If you go to our YouTube page, we got a great new interview with Jonathan Drew from the Kentucky Barn Smoker. He gave a TNCC exclusive. A entirely new line, which they haven't done in years, is coming out very soon. What if it's bananas?
DE is bananas. Willie hates you.
Yeah, he does. I'm smoking 50 bananas a day because of you, pendejo. Sorry, Willie.
Domino, motherfucker.
Hey, if anybody could make a good banana cigar, it's Drew Estate.
You know it.
So we jump out on the main stage where Paige, the Page, is riling up the crowd, much to the dismay of Mitch's hangover. He's out in the audience just, ugh. She announces that some select audience members with stars on the back of their tickets will get to meet the Splits after the show, but sadly, Harley's family is starless.
They did not get the golden ticket.
I was about to say it was Willy Wonka-ish with all the people. I got the ticket. I got the stars.
Austin has a plan to change that, though, so he slinks off out of the bleachers under the ruse of, "Mitch, where you going?" "Using the bathroom, Mitch." Spoiler alert, it's a dump.
I did like that one.
I liked Austin.
I thought he was a little too wimpy, but I did like
it. It worked.
Well, and this is any good time. Austin is actually dressed like one of the monkeys.
Oh, he was very Peter-ish.
Yes.
Oh, Peter is Brady from the Brady Bunch.
Oh, Peter.
Bobby, Peter, and Greg from Brady Bunch.
There's more than one.
Mickey, Peter, Davy.
I think it was
How old
Mickey.
are you?
I think it was Mickey. He was he was dressed as one of the monkeys.
He's got the little toboggan on.
Yeah.
That was Peter's thing.
Yeah. All right. So it's
Wasn't it
Peter. Okay.
I don't know.
I was not a big Monkeys fan. I like their song.
Peter's Bananas. I don't know what's going on around here.
Come on, cheer up, Sleepy Jean. You know what I mean? Daydream Believer.
Do they do the last train to Clarksville?
Yeah, we were in Clarksville.
I know.
That's why I'm singing. Take the last train to Clarksville.
I was singing that true.
Monkeys.
Yeah.
Note to self: buy Monkeys T-shirt.
Did they eat bananas on stage? The monkeys?
No, it had nothing to do with bananas whatsoever.
Actually, there was a couple of skits where they hate bananas and everybody
I was
gives
really
them
trying to
bananas.
kill the whole banana thing, but you just kept it going.
Oh, sorry. My love of the monkeys just. I'm sorry.
You slipped up, Tut.
No.
This is Monkeys with 2 E's.
The show begins, and Harley is loving seeing his furry heroes in action, minus Drooper, who's still missing in action. Actually, he's still in the back getting his evil upgrade. We know it's an evil upgrade because his eyes turn red behind his glasses.
God, how cliche can you get?
The young actor playing Harley is actually quite good. Like I say, he's about 10 years old. The actor's name is Finlay. This is like a Pastani cigar. Finlay Wolstock Hissong.
What the hell, kid?
What? Whose was it?
And he... Remember back when movie actors had names like Tom Cruise?
So simple.
Can't fuck that up. But this kid really sells the youthful sense of wonder and awe necessary to sell this character. I thought he was really good.
He actually did. Yeah, I mean, I thought he was a little stiff at times, but hey, he's 10 years old. He was doing a great job.
We've seen a lot of bad kid actors over the last 104 episodes. I thought he was really good.
Yeah, but you always know the good ones. As soon as that camera turns off, he turns into a little asshole.
Oh, yeah.
This guy's a cigarette over there. Just fuck you.
Rest of you suck it. I'm the star of this film.
I'm Finlay Wolstock Hissong, damn it. What about Tim Cruise?
Meanwhile, his acting coach, Corey Feldman's over in the corner going, good job, kid.
Good job, kid. But you might want to change your name to Tim Cruise. C-R-U-Z. Yeah. Well, these splits are throwing pies at kids and treating the crowd to a, let's be honest here, pretty lame show. Is that what the real show was like?
I don't know. That was
pretty much, yeah.
They
had far more dialogue.
I'm starting to side with Andy, the VP. Like, this shit's stupid. Like, you need to get something else on here.
It's insanely popular. You have 20 people in the audience.
It was really just... Austin, the older brother, tracks down Paige, the Paige, backstage. She was trying to get the one human cast member, Stevie, to sober up and join the show.
Oh, Stevie. This guy I can relate to.
But Austin's total lack of charm somehow charms her into agreeing to let his family stick around and meet the banana splits after the show. Way to go, Austin. As she leads him back to his seat, they encounter Snorky, the elephant, staring at them from down a long hallway before he slowly toddles off. Do they always walk around on their own like that, he says? And she kind of has this weird, like...
Does everybody... Because here's the thing. They have never explained it. So, like, does everybody know they're robots? Like... Because that was the one thing. Like, I figured
the people backstage in the show do.
Well, yeah, I know, but, like... Apparently everybody, even the audience people, like...
Well, this is 2019. I think if it's a current TV show, then sure, there would be Entertainment Weekly articles about the robots. It would be Instagram about the...
I think they called them puppets a lot, too. Even like the mom and them.
But still, it was just one of those things, like, everyone's, like, normal with it, but you're like... I'm still, once again... These are like
the most advanced robotics in the world.
Running around.
I mean, Walt Disney World is like taking notes, going, "Geez, these guys are good."
We have Marvel. We have Star Wars. Get me the banana splits.
But they're climbing around these sets and throwing these pies with I guess, laser-guided precision.
Like DARPA robots.
I mean, it's crazy.
I really wanted to see the little Terminator vision as he's lining up that shot with the pie.
I actually did want to see that.
That actually would have been extremely good if we saw what they see out of their eyes, and they saw like the kids with the Terminator vision and some targets and like that. That would have helped a little bit to kind of get a grasp of what's going on under these suits.
At least a little bit.
The banana splitinators.
Now who's making the bad puns? I'm off the hot seat. And as Stevie finally gets into wardrobe, the one human cast member, he stumbles out in the set. But before he gets there, he walks past Andy's room where, chomping on a cigar, Andy's on his cell phone telling someone he just canceled the show. We're going to sell the splits off to the theme park division. Uh-oh.
Oh, man. How are we going to make sure that everybody knows that this guy is like a
evil corporate executive
guy?
Cigar. Had the same thought.
What a dick.
As Stevie, obviously this is his gig for a long time, storms off, Andy then, the cigar chomping bigwig, is startled by the door to his dressing room slamming shut and locked. And as he tries to open a can, he yells for help. When behind a curtain behind him, Bingo the ape appears. And after a scream from Andy, we see his cigar drop to the floor. We can only surmise he's toast.
He is toast.
Much like the toast we're getting from tonight's cigar. Yeah. You gotta love filmmakers using the old 80s trope of, man, this guy's so greedy and all he cares about
is
is
a fat cat businessman who only cares about...
give him a cigar.
If only there was like a small child that would walk by where he could blow smoke in his face.
So the big banana split show is now over. Boy, that was quick. As Stevie drunkenly... oh, it's the end. It's the final act on stage. They're rocking out with their things. As Stevie drunkenly taps his tambourine and the animals play their instruments, jamming out to their iconic song, Tra-la-la.
Tra-la-la, tra-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la-la-la.
Has anybody in the history of man ever chugged a quadruple 10.7 beer?
They will
because
now.
that might be the only way I can get that fucking song out of my head. For 3 days, I'm walking around the house. Tra-la-la-la. I'm driving my car. Tra-la-la-la. Fuck you, assholes. I may pick some weird-ass movies, but I didn't do anything this sadistic to you guys.
We do it because we care.
My God, that song is just like a venereal disease you can't get rid of.
I'll save it to the end.
Okay. Well, they're all up there playing their hearts out. Only towards the end of the song, Drooper, the bass player, intentionally sweeps Stevie's legs out from underneath him with his guitar, causing him to fly to the ground and crash. This does not go unnoticed by Harley. Did you see that? It looks like he did that on purpose, but he wouldn't hurt anybody.
He would never intentionally hurt anybody.
I love how Stevie was on the ground, drunk, still kind of half-assed playing his tambourine. Like,
I don't know what's going on, but
they swept the leg, and he's just done fuck it. Last show.
Well, he did say earlier in his dressing room, "Are you drunk?" No,
I'm
just
buzzed.
drink. I'll be drunk.
Yeah, no, I'm buzzed. After this, I'll be drunk. But the crowd, for some damn reason, is loving it. They're all clapping along and dancing in their seats to this god-awful song. Mitch was right. This whole thing is just stupid. I'm still on Team Mitch at this point. Well, Paige is a woman who keeps her word. Once the lame-ass final number's over, she dismisses the crowd but makes her way over to Harley, and with a big smile, she asks him if the banana splits... Do you think the banana splits would really let you leave without meeting their biggest fan? And man, that kid's face lights up. Way to go, Austin. Big
I was
brother.
about to say, way to go, Austin. Way to go, Paige, for selling it. This is a cool
way to go.
scene.
You did great. You did great. But here's Mitch. Actually, we got to get Zoe home. How long is this going to last? To which little Zoe's like, I don't need to get home, Mitch. Fuck.
I really wanted that girl
Boom,
to have...
they're going to meet the splits.
I wanted her to have that sass like, you dick.
No, she didn't go there. She's a very likable little kid. So Mitch then, before they meet the splits, slinks off to check in at work and make some work calls on his cell phone.
At like 10 at night.
As the rest of the group follows Paige backstage. Speaking of backstage, Stevie starts chugging from a bottle of whiskey, us style, and he informs the 4 splits. He runs into the banana splits back there that, you know what, we've been canceled. And you guys are never going to perform in front of an audience again. And they're just standing there like a bunch of,
robots.
Robots. And he's happy about this because he's hated every minute of working with you assholes. You can tell by Drooper's...
Stevie, they're robots, man.
He's drunk. Oh, like you've never gotten drunk and talked to household appliances?
As Stevie is the only human actor on the show, he would be making some coin.
He's basically Billy Madison. Stop looking at me, Swan. He's toast. But we can tell by Drooper's eyes glowing red, he doesn't like being talked to like this. In fact, he's so pissed off, he follows Stevie back to his dressing room and shoves a giant lollipop down his throat.
I thought this scene, while it was an interesting kill, literally just worked that lollipop.
There's a lot of blood splatter, and Stevie's neck does stretch out to the shape of the giant lollipop.
I appreciated that one.
But as far as the first kill in a movie goes, I give it a C+.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, my brain instantly went like, how did that big lollipop get through his mouth? Because his mouth was perfectly fine.
They're robots, Todd. Advanced robots.
Yeah, but you can't bend the law.
Robots. These splits.
I thought it was like Cody. I thought it was an interesting kill concept.
Yeah.
Execution wise,
C+. The banana splits are seemingly cognizant beings now. They're understanding what people are telling them. They're learning, boys.
It was that update.
They're learning. Where do bananas go to learn, Yaks?
Where do bananas go to learn?
Sunday school. Yaks, are you? Oh, you're done. Okay, let me tell you a little bit about our second cigar. Let me make sure I don't. This one is an interesting story.
Is it a diamond in the rough?
I was hoping tonight's movie would be. There you go. There you go. There's the idea. Now you're getting it. I was hoping there'd be mayhem, and despite my apprehension towards the movie, I thought maybe this will be a diamond in the rough. Boom. The Black Diamond Radiant Cigar by J.C. Newman Cigar Company. Our first J.C. Newman offering, unlike CLE.
I was going to say, yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
I'm going to tell you a little bit about them in a minute. It is a 4.5 by 52. This is considered a short Robusto. Most Robustos are at least 5 inches. It's 4.5.
Yeah.
The wrapper is Connecticut Cuban seed sun-grown. Binder Dominican. Filler Dominican. This is, as I said, our very first offering from J.C. Newman. It is the oldest cigar company in America, founded back in 1895.
Oh, wow.
Over 100 years old.
Oh, gee.
And I'm excited about this one. Here's what the J.C. Newman's press release had to say about this cigar. Let me take a sip of my banana beer here to wet my whistle. Listen close. This is interesting. The Diamond Crown brand, which has been around for a while, the actual Diamond Crown brand, is synonymous with excellence and was the first cigar of its kind when Stanford Newman launched it for the company's 100th anniversary. He had a dream of launching the company's first luxury cigar. He didn't care how much it cost to make, or even if it sold, he just wanted it to be the best. As the newest member to the Diamond Crown family, Black Diamond, what we're smoking tonight, offers a uniquely exquisite taste featuring carefully aged tobaccos not found in any other cigar in the world. It is handcrafted by the finest cigar makers at Tabacalera Arturo Fuente in the Dominican Republic, exclusively for J.C. Newman Cigar Company. Fuente doesn't make a lot of cigars for
I was about to say, yeah.
That's kind of a cool relationship there. Eric and Bobby Newman worked closely with Carlos Fuente Sr. and Carlos Fuente Jr., developing a new blend worthy of the Black Diamond name. 5-year-old aged filler tobaccos are exclusively grown for the Black Diamond by the Fuente family in the Dominican Republic and meticulously hand-rolled into a rich-tasting Connecticut Havana seed sun-grown wrapper. The Diamond Crown Black Diamond is a small batch Epicurean cigar and is very limited in production because it is held to the absolute highest standard of quality control. The cigar is only offered in 150 retail stores nationwide, making it a rare find and a rewarding smoke. So not only have we not done a J.C. Newman, we haven't done that many Fuentes.
No,
That's true.
Have we done one?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we did the Clara.
The Claro for St. Patty's Day one year,
Day.
and that's it. I do have a special one I was hoping to get to this year, but time's running out, as it always does at the last few months. So we have not. Tut, when we first met, you were a huge Dominican Arturo Fuente fan.
I am.
Still are.
I still am, but I have to say the Nicaraguans have kind of stole my heart. I mean, I hold a soft spot for Fuente.
Fuente is one of the short story. The Hemingway short story is one of the first smokes that really,
to me, it's one of those things to where if you are limited, like we were at Disney World, and there's actually I can't remember the name of it. There's actually a humidor place or cigar store in the Disney town, downtown Disney thing, but they were doing like a lot of local cigars. They didn't really do a lot of boutique cigars, but then back at the hotel they had like the one little small glass humidor,
tower
and
there.
it's your punch, your
Macanudos,
all that stuff, and thankfully they had that little short story there, and I'm like, You can't go wrong with a short story.
I love the Hemingway short stories. One of my very first premium cigars that really just kind of sparked my interest. Man, I'm getting a lot of sweetness.
I was about to say I wasn't going to classify it as sweetness, but there's a crispness to the cold draw. And for one thing, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful rustic. It's not glossy.
It is a dark Connecticut, dark as night wrapper,
and that band is just embossed and just pops out of there. It looks a little too much like Crown Royal with the purple and the
it does.
Oh, by the way, these came in a little purple sack.
A little purple sack. They should have,
and with 4 glasses.
But I will say the presentation on this is it's very, very
it's
cool.
A beautiful wrapper.
Beautiful.
I got cold draw sweetness on the cold draw.
Yes.
And then just I'm getting sweetness off the wrapper itself.
It is. That was my number one thing. Just that aroma.
Oh man,
I
hope this thing is just thick and meaty and juicy.
With this dark and the purple.
I hope so, because
sweet raisins.
It's beautiful looking.
It is.
It's one of those cigars that it's beautiful.
They were shooting for something special, and I think presentation alone, it's got Tut's eye. Mine too. It's just a really. And feel that it is a firm pack. Like, man, there's not a loose.
It's not squishy.
This thing is packed to the gills with tobacco. Okay, well, we'll light up and
maybe I'm just gonna sit here and look sexy for a while.
Yeah, you smoke too fast. Why don't you do that? Why don't you let us get a little bit of a head start this time around. If the Wynwood Hills Mayhem survived this beer, I think this badass dark bastard will be just fine.
Oh, by the way, anybody know what Epicurean means?
Like the definition?
Or just like, what does it mean in terms of cigars?
Oh, and cigars?
Yeah.
I'm familiar with it as far as food. Yak Boy, look up the definition of Epicurean for us.
I'm kind of curious about this.
Did they use that in the description?
Yeah, you read it, and I'm like, we're cigar that was my air quotes, experts. I just don't know what it means. What does it mean in food?
Epicurean is a person devoted to refined, sensuous enjoyment, especially good food and drink.
So this is a refined cigar.
Yes, a small batch Epicurean cigars.
All right.
It can be enjoyed by those with the palate that can recognize fine things such as ourselves.
Like pencil shavings.
Hey. they caught us on the right night.
What sort of delicious taste? Pencil shavings.
Oh my God, I can't believe how accurate that was.
Boom. That's why that website years ago commended me as having one of the top palates in the known free world. Or was it the universe? It was the universe. I had one of the best palates in the universe.
Why not the multiverse?
I think some of your other fellow people like Janet T and
Larry D.
They also, too, had refined palates.
Roper S writes in, "Tut, you ignorant slut." Wait, what? Come on.
Hey, I didn't want to read that last email aloud. You put me in a position. You put me in a position where I had to. You were coming at me with all sorts of conspiracy theories. Google it. I'm going to open another Draak here before we get back to the film. I love the beer.
It is delicious.
It ain't bad.
I think maybe this is my compromise. You know, whenever like we go to the Roma Craft headquarters and drink with Skip, and he has all these rich coffee stouts and all that. That's not really my cup of tea. I think if I'm going for power, Quadruples is where it's at. What's after Quadruple? Quintuple?
Do they even make?
Do they make quintuples?
No, they do not make quintuples.
Could they?
They probably could.
If we get a,
you know, there's a bunch of hipsters in Austin right now, and we're going to make a quid.
Twirling their mustaches.
Have you made a quintuple? Quintuple was so last year. We're on the sextuples now.
To the food truck.
All of a sudden, it's Dreyfus with a hipster mustache. I like to grab all the beers.
I was in bed with some quintuplets one evening. It's just, I think for heavy beers, this is the way to go for me.
One thing I like is that for a double digit, it's not medicinal. That alcohol, sometimes you get that medicinal taste, or it's powerful, but it tastes like crap.
Yeah,
and this is kind of a lot of flavor.
I think the spices and the malts are balanced really well, where you don't get turned off by it. It's actually a very warm, kind of just enjoyable beer. Well done. Whatever Cody said the name of the company was.
Steinbrusenheimer.
Steinbrusen
Van Steenberg.
I'm the famous beer brewer, Arnold Braunschweiger.
Could we?
That's nice. Light them up, boys. I'll talk a little bit of... here you go, Tut.
Thank you.
I'll get back in the movie here, and I'll check back with you in a minute. As Paige leads the lucky few, the families with the stars on their tickets, behind the scenes to meet the splits, we learn that while Mitch is indeed not Austin's dad, the older brother, he is little Harley's natural father. That blew me away. I thought for sure he was his stepdad too. He's got no interest in him.
He really doesn't. I mean, that was kind of like
the way he treats him, especially when he's like, "Don't call me daddy." Like, I thought he was just like the new dad. This is actually his kid. What the hell?
He's truly earned his dickish reputation.
No, I'm not doing the Mitch anymore. Now I'm anti-Mitch.
You're off Mitch?
I'm off Mitch.
He's a grade A dick.
Austin tells Beth, you know what? Mitch is a selfish prick. He hates both of us, and she denies, she does what they do. She denies it all completely. Listen, Austin, there's no place he'd rather be than right here with us. Then where is he, Austin? Claps back. So Beth walks off in search of her missing douchebag husband. Where is Mitch? Yaks.
Mitch. Oh, he is outside.
He's outside. That's the first sign that something's wrong. He stepped outside, you guessed it, fellas, to call his side piece. Yeah, it's my kid's birthday. I can't get away. Not tonight. Mitch. Now, I'm going to still do the Mitch, but a Mitch.
What's up with the side piece? I mean, wouldn't the side piece be like, dude, the way you treat your kid? I don't want you.
Right. I'm at my stupid son's birthday party. I can't get away for a while. That's
literally,
so hot.
I mean, that's the thing.
I love how you disrespect all your obligations.
And like what you just said, but it's your actual kid.
I couldn't believe he was the actual father of this kid.
At least you got to choose yours.
You got to choose yours. But Beth finds him in the middle of this illicit conversation. When she grabs his cell phone, She goes through his texts, and there's literally hundreds of semi-naked pics on there. Him in the shower, Kara, his assistant, sending booty pics, and it just goes on. There's hundreds of these sexual sexting. There you go. You are so in touch with the modern times. They're sexting back and forth between each other.
Cody, let me see your phone.
Let me see your phone.
No. I don't want to see. I don't want to see. What have you been texting him?
Oh, God. This is the end of the Tuesday Night Cigar Club podcast. Well, he's caught red-handed. And when Austin barges outside, he's been listening on the other side of the door, I got the impression, and declares victory. I always knew this guy was a total chode. Beth orders her oldest son back inside. This is between us. To which Mitch, all of a sudden, he's busted. He's got nothing to lose. Us? That's a joke. There's no us. There's never been an us. Ouch. He decides in that instant to push all his marriage chips into the middle of the table. I'm going all in. Going all in. You know what? She saw the sex. Fuck it. Let's see what happens.
There's no us.
Let it roll.
We've got nothing.
That's what the dealers even look
Let's
at.
not talk about our child we've had together.
I think the hangover comes into play here. You know, when you got a really bad hangover, you're not quite thinking straight, and you're like, I just want this to be over. This is an uncomfortable situation. I just want to get it. All right. There was no us. There never was an us. I get the feeling maybe he knocked her up with Harley, and you know, they got married and whatever. He tells her, go grab the kids. I'll be waiting out in the car. Like, he takes kind of a dominant, plants his feet in the ground like, hey, you know what? I'm busted. I'm an asshole, but I'm still going to call some It's a bold move.
I think she should have just turned around. You call a taxi, jackass.
Exactly.
Okay.
Get your shit out the house by the time we get home.
Besides Harley, the kid I've already mentioned, these three thespians here in this scene are really good too. I want to give them a shout. I knew Mitch. Steve Lund's the actor's name. He's on one of my favorite current shows right now, Schitt's Creek. It's a sitcom you can watch on Netflix. It's Eugene Levy and his son write it. Oh my God, it's literally the funniest show on TV right now, and he plays this bisexual. The Mitch guy plays this bisexual kind of Lothario who's sleeping with all the men and women, but he's really good in that. So I knew he was good. But the mom, Danny Kind, and Austin, Romeo Carrera, they're super convincing in these roles. For this movie to have this many check marks as far as acted good, I'm believing this. That's unusual, especially for... I'm kind of categorizing this in a sci-fi movie. It did premiere on Sci-Fi Channel.
Yeah.
Granted, this one has cussing and more gore put into it, this version we watched. But usually the acting is the weakest link in these concept movies.
Yeah.
We got the banana splits. Let's just get some fucking faces on screen.
And like I said, other than him, I mean...
She's great. Her sons are great. Mitch is pretty damn entertaining. Like... They really came through, and I got to give credit to the chick who directed it. I mean, she works good with... That sounded... Am I in trouble now? I called her a chick?
No.
Okay.
That's what we do.
The female who directed this movie did a wonderful job with these actors.
Yeah.
Well, I might have some questions about her talents at staging horror set pieces and those kind of things. She knows how to work with everyone. For the majority, everyone acting-wise in this movie was great.
I did not know that this was a sci-fi project, and the fact that it is...
It wasn't. They made it, and then Sci-Fi wanted to premiere it, so they edited it into a sci-fi movie. They got rid of some of the heavy violence, the cuss words.
Okay, then my... upcoming critique stands.
It's not a sci-fi movie.
Okay.
Although for not being a sci-fi movie, it feels a lot like a sci-fi movie. How you liking the cigar?
A little too early to tell.
It's dark and rich.
Is it?
Yeah.
Because I'm not getting the richness.
For me, it's...
I got to go with him. There is definitely something there. I can't place it right now. I mean, maybe a little chocolate. or at least some cocoa, something.
No, there's
right
cocoa.
there.
I think dark chocolate is actually more accurate. There's a dark chocolate. It's a really enveloping spice on the nose. Some woodsy characteristics.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you getting that? I'm gonna go with hickory.
I wasn't quite
Go
sure
with
because I
hickory?
was thinking maybe the little bit of the breadiness was coming from the beer, but
I'm not getting any breadiness in the cigar.
So-
I'm getting like rich woodsy hickory kind of woodsiness. I'm not getting any of the. Unfortunately, none of the sweetness that I was picking up on that wrapper early on. Just a really nice retrohale. No real discernible other than those flavors quite yet, but it's to me it's teetering right below full strength. No,
I'm not picking up any of that.
what you getting? Nothing.
Nothing, really.
I don't know. I like the feel of it just because of that.
It's packed with
Yeah.
tobacco. Like you can't squeeze. I mean, there's no squishing it. I mean, it is just a dense, heavy cigar. I will say this. Well, I mentioned that that it's a nice retrohale. I can't discern what it is. It's not pepper. It's not jalapeno.
Nope.
It's not. But I mean, I do like whatever that is. And then I'm just getting that kind of like you said, some dark chocolate, a little bit of kind of woodsy hickory, and that's about it. But I do think it's going really well with the beer.
It does.
I'm liking the pair with the beer. Tut's getting like literally nothing.
I'm literally getting nothing.
It's like you're smoking nothing.
No, I mean, I'm smoking like 10% flavor. I can tell there's something there, but there's nothing that's really like jumping out and standing out.
And for Tut, it's a cigar.
Well, I'm holding off. I'm seeing what happens.
All right.
Maybe it's
I'm
going
just
to
saying
build
that.
up.
I'm just saying that first initial light that wasn't, and maybe that's the bad thing about comparing two cigars like right back to back, is that from the light that other one was just like pizzow. Here's your flavor. Shove this flavor in your mouth.
Well, the doctor questioned me without questioning me. He said he trusted me, but here's why I think you might be wrong. Last episode with the Southern Draw, where we did the, lesser in strength Kudzu Lustrum before the Triple Hero Brimstone, and he was wondering, what if you'd done these reverse order? In my mind, if you're going to be smoking two cigars, I always go the lighter.
Right.
It just makes
the
sense.
more subtle.
It just makes sense to go the more subtle cigar first, because I don't want to blow up my palate with a strong Connecticut broadleaf and then try.
Well,
to
I mean, if you're wanting to come off the roller coaster, but it seems like kind of a waste of a good cigar coming off the strong one.
Right.
You'd rather just go to almost a generic cigar afterwards. But yeah.
I sent the doctor the next day that link to that website that said I was one of the foremost pairing experts in the
Of course you did.
Milky Way galaxy.
Of course you did. I am getting the woodsiness.
Hickory?
I don't know if it's hickory, but it's definitely
hickory.
Okay,
Dash.
it's hickory.
It's hickory. Huh?
Dash.
Let me sniff my
Only
pencil
the finest
again.
bats are made from it.
Actually, I think it might be pine. Okay, I'll come back. Look, I'm safe and sane right now. I am enjoying it.
Yes.
That's a beautiful smoke profile.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's a really dark, oily wrapper. I would expect the smoke to travel up it like it is and just kind of dance around. That's pretty. It's a pretty wording cigar. Back inside the studios, an eager stage dad has grabbed his daughter away from the Banana Splits photo op to find a producer who can appreciate his offspring's potential star power. He's always telling her, stand up straight, be ready to sing, like, this is our shot.
This is it.
This is stage dad, manager, this is your big master plan. Go to the Banana Split show, sit in the audience, and then when no one's looking, grab your daughter and just randomly start barging in offices and have her.
Sounds good.
You would think there would be, because there are, tryouts all the time to where you can take your kid to get them potential roles.
When Paige the Page chases after them, the Facebook bloggers, remember Thad and Poppy? They see an opening to scamper off unsupervised and explore the backstage area as well for the delight of their 218 social media followers.
I don't know. I get the feeling it just kind of like turns into sort of this Willy Wonka thing where like everybody goes off.
It's got a feel to it.
So
Willy Wonka didn't like it
because the little girl, if you had stuck the daughter in like a little red dress, she would look like Veruca Salt.
Yeah.
She doesn't want any part of this, though. It's her dad who's pushing her into all this. She's very uncomfortable with the whole thing. Harley and Zoe are snooping around the studio by themselves. Everyone else split. Mom's outside dealing with Mitch. That young girl playing Zoe is really, really good.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. She kind of reminded me of the young... am I in some kind of trouble here? Remember the young kid that was getting babysat in the latest Halloween movie?
Yeah.
Where it's just like you can.
He was very charismatic. I mean, it was just natural.
Natural charisma for a kid that age. It was. I kind of got the same sense. Harley can't believe they're actually here, and Zoe, who didn't want to come in the first place, can't believe she's actually enjoying it. They're actually kind of hitting it off.
And I like the way that they treated her well, because they could have easily stereotyped her into the sassy character that's just sass and everything.
Or it could have gone like that movie we did, Rim of the World, which was kids this age, where all of a sudden they tried to make a love story with these two 8-year-olds. Remember how weird that was?
Yeah.
But they did that in that movie. It was like there was the sexual tension among these kids. Like, no, this was just two innocent kids.
Being kids at a cool little show.
And kind of slowly seeing them kind of build a friendship. It was, I liked it. Everything I liked about this movie had to do with the actors, not the fucking
script.
Banana Splits. Elsewhere in the studio, Stage Dad finds producer Rebecca in her office. She's packing up her shit. It's her last day. But before his daughter can get through her well-rehearsed rendition of Junk in the Trunk, go ahead, honey, go. Who's that got that junk in the trunk?
What you gonna do with all that junk? All that junk. And I like the producer. The producer had the appropriate reaction.
That's one, completely inappropriate, and two, extremely dated. Coming from the producer of the Banana Split show. Ironic. She tells them, you know what? The show's canceled. Get the hell out of here. This is break. Paige just showed up because she was chasing the dad and the daughter around. This is news to her. And she's like, are you serious? She's like, yeah, it's our last show. She's kind of... Her reaction, so we're out of a job, basically. She's great, too. The Paige is great. Her name is Nalita Mahala. And she's talented as hell. I'm going to shit on a lot about this movie, but the acting certainly delivers.
It kind of goes in reverse, like you said. Normally you expect...
But dude, in that little moment of her hearing that they got canceled, just in her reaction, Paige's reaction to Rebecca, her face said, like, fuck. This is all just from her expression. I got bills to pay. I got rent. This sucks. And I'm really good at my job. But obviously I wasn't going to be here forever. I'm a pretty talented person. So I got all that just off 2 seconds on her face. That's great acting. This movie doesn't deserve this good of a cast.
Well, and like you said, it's kind of reverse. Normally they would spend it all on the horror effects, that sort of part of the story. But here they literally like the little things that people threw in. Because like I said, we
always say if you don't care, you can't scare.
Right.
Here I care, but the movie can't scare me.
Look at these horrifying effects.
Are they?
The bloggers find the low-lit abandoned set of Fleagle's magic shop which looks like it hadn't been used for a while. And he turns on Poppy's phone to Facebook Live his marriage proposal to her. He gets down and says, this place means so much to him. He grew up watching the Banana Splits.
And everything about this special moment, I need to share it with everybody else.
Well, 200. Maybe 3, in actuality 3 people. He actually does ask her before he turns on, do your parents follow you on Instagram? She's like, yeah. He's like, and he wants them to see it.
I liked it. I like that part.
Oh, no, that little moment was, he cares. But for some dumb reason, she accepts his marriage proposal. My theory is they're both dummies.
Dynamite analysis.
I think that theory is going to hold up.
There's a cool shot here where he's streaming live, holding his phone up, and we see Flegel appear in the doorway behind him on the cell phone screen.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of cool.
That was a good touch.
I thought that was a nice shot.
But there really wasn't just enough ominous music.
Well, when your score's composed by one of the guys in Fallout Boy, what do you expect, Yags?
Sweet, sweet, ominous music?
No.
Come on, look. You had a keyboard player right there. Just...
No, I don't even mention the soundtrack because it was non-existent. I never noticed it. There was in the very first scene when she was tucking the kids into bed, they worked that tra-la-la into kind of like a lullaby thing.
I'll disagree a little bit because they worked that tra-la-la theme like 15 different ways. So in terms,
I didn't even notice.
It's all through there. In terms of variations on a theme, it was very smartly done, but it did not fit the genre. It did not work with the moods. It did not help any of the moods. I mean,
I only noticed it in the opening scene.
Like Cody said, you want to get that ominous, creepiness when Flegel's there and something's going to happen.
No, I didn't.
And it just wasn't there. It didn't help to do anything.
Well, and I think that's my thing here is the tra-la-la thing that's literally because it is such a normal, happy, joyous kids show type song.
Oh, you could go modal with that and make that scary as fudge.
And how creepy child voices doing the tra-la-la. Come on.
Oh, come on. That's a staple since the 80s.
And
it's too easy.
Yeah.
But you didn't
That's
even
probably
get
what
that.
he was like. It was like, no, it's too cliche.
Too cliche.
It would totally have
That
worked,
might give
though.
the audience a sense of terror. I don't want that in my movie. Okay.
Is it a horror movie? No. I'm pushing past genres.
Flegel walks over to them and grabs the cell phone. He drops it in his magic sack. They're all like, ooh, he's doing something. He waves his wand over it. Banana cadabra, he says. It's the first time we've heard them talk.
Yeah.
And he proceeds to break the phone into pieces.
Just smash.
Oh, wait. He's doing something.
It's magic.
Then he traps the Thadster in a magic show box, like where they saw people in half. He grabs Poppy around her neck as he inserts giant saw blades into the box, slicing her Thaderific. That was one of his taglines.
He, in fact, saws him in half.
Into deli meat. He basically just carves this dude into deli meat. Facebook Live? How about Facebook Dead? Am I right, Tut?
Yeah.
Flegel pulls the magic box apart, like in the middle when you separate people, and dude, all his guts and insides just spill out.
That was actually pretty neat.
The practical was really great.
Yeah, it was like real sausages falling out and stuff. Like, it looked good.
But unfortunately, I mean, just the whole scene
was not shot well.
I'm just kind of like, this could have been creepy as hell. The whole thing could have been creepy set up, and if I'm not scared. You just...
Well, I thought maybe it was gonna be
First of all, your killers are giant fucking Muppets.
But that could be scary. Do you know why I like this movie? Why I like this concept? There are two things that scare me. Clowns and mascots. Not mascots like where it's a human with a painted face. Well, that's kind of a clown, so I'll probably be scared of them. But mascots and like those... Remember Cats Fest when that bat or cat or whatever came around?
It was a cat.
I don't want any part of that.
It was a cat. I don't know what it was.
So like the big Cincinnati Red guy scares
I
the
don't
shit out
want
of you?
any of that. That Buckeye dude or whatever.
Oh, remember when we were... Oh, dude, that makes sense, because remember when
Wait a second. What if it was they turned the corner and it was the Cincinnati Buckeye guy standing there?
No, remember...
Ominous music
Remember
playing.
when we were at that cigar lounge in Kentucky watching the late-night college game? It was the Stanford game, and it was that tree, and he got all weird, and like...
All of a sudden, we all
I don't
know.
mind seeing it
You know,
on
this bullshit.
I don't
like,
mind
that
seeing it on TV.
Stupid mascot.
But
Like,
I'm just like
they shouldn't exist. I hate... Tut is anti-mascot.
I am. I don't like that stuff. So for me, you have a whole bunch of horror elements that you can play with. And if I'm not scared of this, it's just, what are you trying to...
Gee, you know what? I had three really creepy clown movies we could have done tonight, which would have scared you.
No, I saw one of them on
No,
the plane.
that
and
one
I
on
was
the plane was not one of them.
I could have sworn you've watched that one before. Because I've seen that clown somewhere before. But then again,
There's
I had
so many
I had a lot of good ideas for tonight. Where was I? Oh, so he chops that dude in half. His guts are all over the place. Ta-da! An excited Flegel the Beagle yells out. But just as he's about to strangle Poppy, he hears the voices of Harley and Zoe nearby, and he calmly stops, walks away to go meet the kids, and help them. Harley wants to help find his favorite character, Snorky. Just like that. Lets her go. I'm with Tut on this. There's elements that could be great here. For me, the biggest thing you could do, which doesn't cost a lot to accentuate it, is the soundtrack. Get someone in there that can creep you out on an audio level.
Yeah.
And like when he's looking
Audio's
at
most of it.
when he's looking at that phone and we see Snorky or Feagle or whatever the hell in that back doorway, there should have been a accompanying sonic element to that. And then as they walk,
Something that just says...
as they walk towards
"What's
you,
out?"
there should be a growing tension as the killings happen. Even when he's dipping those saw blades and chopping us dude to pieces, there's no music. There's nothing.
There's no accompanying horror elements at all.
There's not a great horror movie that doesn't have a great horror movie soundtrack.
Well, and I think really they could have used the song itself to take it from literally the happy all the way
to
through
horror.
all the way to the end of the movie where it was just creepy child voices singing it.
I agree.
And I think they could have done that in the background where do the whole thing and then just have it slowly.
They could have done a lot of things on this.
Yes, they could have. So Harley wants to find Snorky. Where, oh where could old Snorky be? Well, we join Mitch out by the car where his assistant Kara is bombarding him with revealing selfies. If the doctor were here, I'm sure he'd say something like, "My God! Now that he's broken up with Beth, Mitch's horny levels must be just off the charts." And guess who's parked in a banana buggy watching our good buddy Mitch as he looks at all these revealing pics on his phone?
Could it be Snorky?
It is Snorky.
Yes.
Yax, you were absolutely right. Fucking Snorky. He starts chasing Mitch's ass all over the studio lot in his banana buggy.
It's like Christine right here.
Yeah, it is. He's just running down like railroad tracks.
But he's running down, but I'm literally on either side. There's like a thing he can just jump and escape.
Just like Christine. You can always get somewhere where a car can't get to. They never do. I'm okay with that because that's horror movies are horror movies.
Also, it just goes more to show me that Mitch is just a giant dumbass.
Mitch reaches the security station they passed at the beginning of the movie, but when he reaches out to shake the security guard's shoulder, the poor guy's rubber fake head falls off.
This is horrible.
Yeah, it was cheap.
And I actually think that the guard could have been utilized better. For
Right?
me, I was thinking that this guy has a cool horror presence to him.
He did, and he's like sees them at night. Like he could help, or he could do something.
There's something. I mean,
Nope.
for some reason, I really like this guard, and like you put him in there for 5 minutes, and he's gone. That's,
But it also, at this point, I'm like, I saw this. I was like, so when did the robots have time to just walk outside and kill this dude? Like,
That's the thing. There's like 3 or 4 of them, and they're everywhere.
yeah.
Enough so where 50 audience members can't escape this lot without these 4 kind of lumbering robots taking care of them.
Apparently, when no one's looking, they turn into ninja robots.
Well, the
It's
guards...
kind of like, how can Mickey be all over Disney World at the same time? Maybe there's more than one of them.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Now I can't let my kid listen to tonight's podcast. It's her favorite part of the week is tuning in, listening to what her dad's been up to. I'm all... Remember we were smoking that big Jolly Green Giant big green dick? I don't know why I used my Alex Jones voice there. Google it. Michelle Obama has a 9-inch green penis. It's all, just Google it. It's out there. I got a little bit of a cold. If I get too Alex Jonesy, let me know. Google it. So the security guard's head falls off, and as Mitch steps back out of the booth in horror, that banana buggy Snorky just runs his ass right over.
It was predictable, but I kind of liked it.
His philandering ass right over. What is one thing I don't stand for, Yax? Philandering. But remember, at the beginning of the movie, when she said Harley almost got run over by a banana buggy, Jesus, what an embarrassing way to die. That's how you got killed. Irony.
I didn't pick up on the irony. Now I kind of appreciate it.
I immediately saw like, oh, look at you, fucker. You thought it was hilarious when your son almost died. Now you're dead. Maybe. He wasn't killed in the banana buggy incident. Michelle Obama's penis came in at the last minute. It's all out there, folks. Infowars.com.
I think Yax is about to pee his pants.
Wrong time to take a sip. How about that?
When the banana split robots come over to take over humanity, Google it. Michelle Obama's behind the whole thing and her giant penis. Buy some of my whole grain supplement drinks. It can fuel you and your family for days in your shelters. Infowars.com. How's cigar treating you, Tut?
I like it. There's a pickup in strength.
It's getting much more interesting towards the halfway point. Agreed.
Still not terribly there. I've got that woodsiness in there, and that's kind of it. I mean, there's a slight touch of leather, not too heavy. I don't know.
Are you liking it? No.
I'm kind of a big meh.
Okay. I'm not a meh. I don't know quite what it is, but I'm enjoying it.
I do like it. Strength has picked up a little bit. I am detecting a little bit of sweetness. I can't say like it's a sugar or it's anything like that, but it's just a little sweetness.
I'd like to pick up some of that sweetness for sure.
I still have a little bit of the cocoa there, and all in all, it's good. I like it.
Okay. It's kind of a weird reaction we're getting to the cigar.
Yeah.
I haven't really got that in a while. Okay. It's when we get back to the movie, but I'm like stuck in the Alex Jones zone where I just want to say, remember the overage stage dad and the daughter he was pushing slowly into preteen anorexia? Remember the overeager stage dad and the daughter he was pushing slowly into preteen anorexia?
Yes.
Well, he finally finds Andy's network green room, and when he bursts in to introduce their newest star, he's greeted by Flegel, who grabs a can of hairspray and with the help of a Bic lighter melts the dude's face off.
And it's one of those where once again I'm going, okay, they're really holding this scene when anyone who's normally hits by, oh, I got too close to a can, you jump back running away, but no, this guy just stands in the
Not only
flame.
that, he takes his jacket off. There's a scene where he's literally taking the sleeves off of his jacket while his face is burning. And I was like, what the hell is this?
Let me get this blazer off.
It was
Not my good coat.
It was horribly shot. I mean, there was like,
it was
Really? I missed the jacket takeoff scene.
it was bad.
It's getting hot in here. I need
It
to...
was pretty much my face is like a 4-foot flame. Let me take off my jacket as I'm screaming because, like Cody said, I'm not going to step back. I'm just going to sit here and take a face full of flame.
While he's doing that, Bingo the Orange Ape drops a burlap sack over his highly talented daughter. And that's that. Man, I think this goes with what Tut's saying. These kills aren't necessarily bad, but they'd be so much better if the filmmakers just went for broke and showed us some crazy ass shit. I wanted Peter Jackson bad taste level. Like, dude, you talked Hanna-Barbera, the makers of Scooby fucking Doo, to give you this
Come on.
treasured
Tell me that
property.
freaking monkey isn't creepy as hell.
I'm just saying.
That dude right there, too.
You somehow got the keys to this kingdom of mixture of nostalgia and creepiness. Go for broke. Go crazy. Show like just the most insanely inventive kills you can possibly do, to the point where it's like, dude, we've had movies on here where we're like, oh, dude, that was just too. Go crazy. This shit is so tame and just generic and just kind of saccharine.
I literally think that once they got the IP, that was it. They were like, we got the IP. That's all we need. People are going to love this because of the IP. There was no thought behind the rest of it. There was no thought in the script. The actors were great. The whole problem with me in this entire thing is the script.
That's what hurts me as a film watcher. Is like, oh wow, you got this great property to do whatever you want with it, but somehow you've got these amazing actors. That never happens. Usually, if a concept movie where it's just all about the concept, the actors suck. No, you have this great cast and this high concept thing. All right, now you spend your time crafting the kills and just go ballsy, and people will be talking about this movie 20 years from now. But if you do lame ass shit, like guy getting squirted with hairspray and he's taking off his blazer while his face is melting, that doesn't exist in real life.
Well, it would be different if he was like, hey, let me take. He starts taking off his blazer and then he just like fries him like.
I'm just saying, it was horribly shot. It was horribly put together.
But, you know, trivia-wise, yes, this is the only Hanna-Barbera property that has ever been turned into a horror.
Correct. It's their only R-rated...
Conceptually, it's a pretty fucking good idea.
It is. It was just the horror side of it was just fumbled.
I'm kind of curious about the editor. I think that the editor might have a lot of play here.
Well, the director approves the soundtrack. That was a major fail.
Yeah, but I think that the editor has.
And I would think that the director would approve the editor. I don't know how these movies work, but I don't know how movies are made in the real world. But where I come from, if your editor does some shit that sucks, the director tells you, re-edit it, do it like this. I got to put this on the director.
I'm putting it on everybody right now, except for the actors.
Not quite understanding.
I'm definitely putting it on the writers.
The horror genre, perhaps, or maybe we're just completely jaded by the amount of horror films that we've seen. And
I'm not, and I was like, I mean, that's the reason why I was into this movie. I was like, conceptually, it's a great idea, and I'm like, this is going to be cool, and it's lame. I mean, for me to say it's lame,
it's a bunch of lame ass kills. What I would like to see is Michelle Obama's 9-inch dong come out of nowhere, smack somebody in the face, because it happened in Bulgaria in 1997. She was a male college student. Google it. It's there. She's a man. Buy some of my whole grain seeds. It can keep you safe in your shelter. Infowars.com. Use promo code TNCC20.
God, I hope InfoWars gets hit with promo code TNCC20. They're like, what the fuck?
It's a conspiracy from the left-wing zealots. Okay. I just thought now that things are getting crazy in the film, we got such a nice build-up. We got to know these characters. It's a lengthy build-up. Now things, when they go nuts, should go fucking nuts, and they don't.
No,
they
never do.
I thought it was gonna. I'm saying the same way. I thought these kills they seemed, but I thought it was gonna start to ramp up.
Yeah, I thought we were building up to something. You know what we don't need to build up at all, my friends?
What's that?
That's right, Tobacco Special cigars made by the almighty Drew Estate. The same folks who brought you Liga Privada, Undercrown, Nika Rustica, and more.
Oh, yeah.
Those are big names.
Yeah, they are.
As JD would say, that Undercrown's a big fucking
That's a big
brand.
fucking brand.
You damn straight it is. These cigars speak for their fucking selves. Your choice of either extra dark Connecticut broadleaf or natural Connecticut shade wrappers envelop a Sumatra binder and Nicaraguan Criollo filler leaves. Before aging, the cigars are slowly infused with Nicaraguan estate-grown coffee. The smoke is medium to full-bodied, depending on the wrapper. It's rich tobacco flavors commingling with the unmistakable aroma of coffee and some sweetness. I'm a fan, and you will be too. Seek them out.
Yes. I have to tell you a story. I was on the back deck.
At your house?
At my house, and lit up a Undercrown Maduro.
Okay. Oh, old school.
Old school. And I was sitting there looking at that band, just enjoying the frack out of it. And I was just
the cigar or the band?
Both. Definitely the cigar.
Because I pointed out the band in our interview with JD?
No, not really. But I was
It is one of the greatest bands in cigar history.
I was just tasting the cigar, and I thought back to that interview. That's a big fucking brand.
Undercrown's huge. And well-deservedly huge. Again, go to our YouTube channel, watch our Kentucky Barn Smoker interview with JD. We talk a lot about the Undercrown brand. I brought it up because for me it's a very special brand from its genesis, the way it was created, to where it's gone. We're talking about a Fuente cigar tonight, what we're smoking right now. They talk about lineage and history. True State's now, what, almost 30 years deep in the history?
Yeah.
Been around for a long fucking time. And I think Undercrown is one of their legacies. When that Undercrown Maduro hit, it was the best cigar at that price point you could possibly imagine. And it was packaged perfect. The band was perfect. We talked with JD a lot, so go check that out. Tut cigar now.
It's not really doing much for me, to be honest. It's not bad. I mean, it's not like
I'm actually enjoying it, but I'm getting the hickory woodsiness on the draw with a little bit of I guess it's that chocolate still, just very faint, but mainly the woodsiness is overtaking the profile. I'm honestly enjoying it very well. I just don't have a lot to say about it. Which, me, I like to talk. That's kind of a rare thing.
No, I'm sorry.
You guys just kind of looked at each other and shook your hands. Okay.
Well, I'm not really picking up anything else. I mean, those few flavors that I had gotten, that's basically where it stayed.
Well, you guys are a lot closer to the end than me. You want to talk price point?
I'm kind of scared to.
What? Fuente family, limited edition, something to represent a cigar company's 100th anniversary.
Oh, my goodness.
What could possibly be frightening you?
Let's see here. Tut, you go first.
Oh, hell. This is going to hurt. I'm going to go $8.50.
$8.50?
Wait a minute. All right. What I would pay for it versus what it actually is. All right. 100th anniversary.
This is it. $100.
Might as well.
It's an Epicurean experience.
JC Newman.
You want to talk about Epicurean? Our kids are eating Michelle Obama's penis.
Hey, easy, Alex.
In the cafeteria foods. It's in there. It's in the deli meat. She chopped it off. They've been slowly introducing it into our children's diets for 10 years. It's ingrained in them. Google it. I have the antidote. Infowars.com. Use promo code TNCC20.
I'm going to go right down the middle. 1150.
Oh, close call. Close call. I was right around the 10:50-11 mark myself.
What'd you say?
He said 11:50. 10:50.
10:50.
We're so off. We're so off.
Slightly. Just slightly.
He's going to go 11.
I'm going to go 1725.
Huh.
I'm just going to write that down right here.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
I don't want to beat it to death, but I'll put it to you this way. I'm about to grab a Florida Oliva, and I think I'll have more enjoyment off of a $2.50 cigar than I will that $17.50 cigar.
Pretty harsh on this one.
Yeah.
Speaking of beating to death, there's a tribe in Uganda. Michelle Obama flew in there on a private jet, beat all 900 tribes members with her penis. Then they severed it, ate it, shit it out. TNCC20, promo code Infowars.com. I'll tell you the whole story. Google it.
God, I hope some people are putting that in.
Help us.
No, don't. Go to Infowars and put in the promo code TNCC.
You know what I don't believe? Personally, that Michelle Obama ever had a penis. I think she's a woman. I think she's a remarkable woman.
I don't think it was really ever a question.
I think she's a remarkable woman, and I don't see where this nut job gets off attacking her so much. I'm doing that in satire, of course, when I talk in my...
I don't listen to him, so I don't know whether he's
I
attacking
never listen to him either. All I know is just... I sell grains and seeds. You can live under your house for 6 months at a time.
It fits, honestly.
I just won't stop doing it because you guys won't stop laughing at it.
Exactly. Well, I actually remember Jones when he was like a Sunday, like third-rate DJ on KLBJ in Austin.
That's where I first heard him as like a kid. Like,
and I was like, this dude is so ridiculous, and I was enjoying it because I was laughing at it. But then next thing you know, everybody takes him seriously, and he becomes legitimate media, and I'm like, oh, so now I know what other cigar podcasts feel like when they see TNCC's legitimate media.
Yeah. Are you saying they look at us like
we're the Alex Jones? We're the Alex Jones of the
Jones
cigar world. No, we're not.
Nancy Pelosi is a robot made from the same nuts and bolts as the banana splits. It's in there. It's Google it. As Paige, Beth, and Austin are searching for the missing Harley
transition.
I gotta keep drinking. I got a very dry throat tonight. I'm going through something, so I gotta keep drinking, which is unfortunate when it's 11% beers. Paige, Beth, and Austin are searching for missing Harley and Zoe. The kids are still missing. When suddenly the show's producer Rebecca shows up and reassures them everything is just fine. Everything's under control. Our kids are missing. There's blood everywhere. What are you talking about? She says this right as the stage dad with the melted face crashes into the room, gasping his last breaths. What's wrong with you? What happened? He tells him the banana splits attacked him, but Rebecca isn't buying it. They're the banana splits. They wouldn't hurt anybody. As worried mom Beth and Austin race off to find the kiddos, we learned in the meantime she's so cautious with her kids because she witnessed her husband die many moons ago. We don't know the circumstances, but she saw her husband die, and that's why she's so protective of her kids. Rebecca, the producer, tells the stage dad, just keep breathing. This is our second film in our March to Halloween that featured that sage advice. Remember in Hoax when the chick got in the car and OnStar crashed in OnStar? OnStar, what's your emergency? crazy people were cutting me up into pieces, and I tried to escape. Okay, just keep breathing. Best advice ever. I think that should be on our T-shirts.
Focused on your
Tuesday Night Cigar Club. Just keep breathing.
So inspirational.
Just keep breathing.
It's an involuntary function of your body, but you should keep doing it and telling yourself to do it.
It's a given fact that every 950 molecules of air are filled with Michelle Obama's penis particles. This isn't me. This is science. It's out there. You can Google it. God, you know what? When I do the Adrienne Barbeau voice, it's like so soothing. Like I wake up the next morning, like, oh God, I've never talked so. Just like everything.
I wish
is
you
just,
would do the Barbeau voice.
Tomorrow, I'm just gonna be like, all right, no way. Get the juice box in the lunch box. Let's just do this. I hope this doesn't carry
That's
over.
the way I usually sound like the morning.
I hope
the
this
morning
doesn't
after.
carry over into the morning.
Charles Mortimer, here's your cat dish.
You talk to your cats in that voice?
That's why I do the morning after a podcast.
Maggie, the reason you don't have apple juice in your lunchbox because Michelle Obama's penis. No, I'll be sober by then. We now join Harley and Zoe as Fleagle, the Beagle, has led them to the Split's dressing room / workshop area. They discover the stage dad's daughter locked in a cage, and Fleagle barks, "I brought friends! We're going to have so much fun!" before shoving Harley and Zoe in the caged area. Man, I wish these fools had talked earlier. I think having them have voices would have made this so much better.
Yes.
I
think they were trying to make them ominous.
As soon as you made them cognizant creatures, have them talk.
Well, I think it would
We're
have been
an hour into an hour and a half
more,
movie, and they're just now starting to like say stuff.
It would be far more creepy had they been as jovial in the beginning, like right when they were about to run the kid over, when he steps out in front of their car, when they'd be like, "Hey, don't do that," if they're talking, but then all of a sudden now they're like, blah. But they're evil, but they're still using those same voices.
I liked how they all just stared at Harley when they almost ran over because they were just kind of. But now that they're full blown batshit crazy, I want them to go Freddy Krueger and like making like sarcastic stuff, like because the director didn't choose a path. Because you had a path, either make them really say some funny shit as they're carving up people, and like make that a part of them. Or maybe don't let them say anything at all. She kind of went midway territory where they're just like, "It's party time." And it's like that milquetoast kind of middle ground didn't work for me. I think they should have been talking a lot more. And if they're alive and they're having thoughts and having motivations and doing stuff, why not have them talk?
Well...
Hey, Drooper, get that bitch.
Well, maybe
that would have been funny.
Well, maybe this kind of goes with the thing of...
As Beth and Austin are searching through a jungle set on some studio, a bunch of big leaves and stuff for the kids, Bingo the ape swoops down on a vine and grabs Austin. But Beth rips off her shirt and kicks Bingo's ass.
Oh, she
unfortunately has another shirt on underneath that shirt. So this movie loses even more points with me. At this moment, I never really looked at Beth closely.
I looked at her now.
But the minute she took off that shirt, all of a sudden I'm seeing it. I just saw her as like the mom character. But she ripped off that one shirt, and I'm like, Beth's got some boobs. And I was like, Beth's got an ass. Like all of a sudden she like became like really attractive. Am I right?
She did.
Did you think that earlier, or are you with me? That's when she became attractive.
I thought she was attractive, but now all of a sudden, all of a sudden her kids are in danger and she's not taking any more shit.
That was attractive too, the angry mama bear. But that little tank top and those tan dungarees.
Well, she goes right up there and she kicks that monkey's ass.
She does. They then find Poppy.
I'm probably a 500-pound Terminator robot. I will pound your face into this railing until you submit.
Well, they then find Poppy, the blogger's fiance, still holding her dead blogger boyfriend's hand. He's been chopped to pieces in the
She's been staring at his guts on the floor now for like 30 minutes.
And Beth finally convinces Poppy, she's heartbroken, to come with them. We got to get out of here. Back in the Splits workshop, the mad genius behind the monsters, Carl, appears, and despite the Banana Splits lopping off several of his fingers, like half his fingers are cut off, he's still loyal to his creations. He tells the kids that it's the network's fault. They shouldn't have canceled the show. It's all the Banana Splits have is the show.
They're robots. They don't know any different.
He agrees to unlock their cage, but just then Flegel comes in dragging Bingo's limp corpse behind him. Carl drops the keys on the ground and rushes over. He's an emotional wreck. It's like one of his own kids is hurt. You know, Bingo the
I developed these
you.
cybernetic
I get you.
machines that no other person on the earth has ever seen, capable of...
Exactly. This guy should be working at NASA, not fucking the Banana Splits. Flegel struts over to the cage and tells Harley and the others, "The Banana Split show's about to begin." And that's all they need to know. As soon as he dances off, they grab Carl's keys off the floor and unlock their prison cell. Carl grabs the girls. "Where do you think you're going?" He's clearly had change of heart. He's about to help them before his creations came in. But Harley spears him in the forehead with the red-hot poker, and they lock his crazy ass in the cage. He just had a random red-hot poker on his...
It's just right there.
It was a laboratory.
It wasn't even like a soldering iron. It literally was a red-hot poker.
He's using it for stuff. Considering they're robots and it's all computers.
I mean, you know, considering it's supposed to be a soldering iron would have made sense to fit with the scene. But instead, he apparently has a red-hot poker and an anvil and forge.
This is where Yak Boy jumps the shark. In most of our movies, it's like, why don't these people have a gun? You should have had a soldering iron.
I'm just saying.
Everybody knows that a mad scientist has a soldering iron.
I've got a soldering iron in my bunker. You could too. Promo code TNCC20, Infowars.com. They took a soldering iron to Michelle Obama's penis in Uganda, 2007.
Move on.
Back in the belly of the... I hate what you guys make me do.
What?
I hate it. But I can't stop it. Back in the belly of the studio, Flegel shows up and announces, "It's sloppy time!" Which I think I remember you announcing several nights in your dorm room at A&M. But that's another story for another day.
It's all good. It's all good.
To producer Rebecca and the stage dad. He takes them to the main stage where he forces them to run the sloppy time obstacle course. But with her shattered hands, I forgot to mention, Flegel broke all her fingers.
Yeah.
She's got like these horrible crippled hands. And stage dad's melted face. He's still alive
He's still
somehow.
alive, still kicking it.
We can do this.
Pretty spry.
And he's giving Rebecca like pep talk. If we get up to we can accomplish these tasks.
My face is literally melting off my chin, but
my cheeks have spot welded to my knees, but we can do this. Hey, I give him.
Let's not even talk about the incredible amount.
Dude,
That's not a
you get TNCC's 2 thumbs up in the day. Bravo, stage dad.
you go melted face.
No, melted face dad. Dude, he's hanging in there.
It's doing great.
Well, I don't think they stand much of a chance, as Flegel the Beagle tosses pies at them expertly and cackles. Dude, he's loving it. But dude, it just wasn't established they had personality, so even the laughing that Flegel the Beagle was doing, I didn't really buy it.
No.
The furry bastard ends up disemboweling stage dad and smashing Rebecca's face in with an oversized novelty hammer.
This was a total miss opportunity.
Go on, Ted. I think I'm with you.
This could have totally been very macabre. I mean, this could have been just from the soundtrack going nuts like Yaks once. You're talking about a girl with crippled hands and a guy with a melted face running a sloppy, slimy obstacle course to a demented fucking robot. I mean, you could have
When
just
you say it
gone
like
nuts
that,
here.
yes.
When you talk about going nuts, this is like the perfect recipe, and
Let's
you made
go
it
nuts.
and you made it lame. You made it totally lame.
I don't remember what happened to him. I don't remember what happened to her. It was just lame. Yeah, it was very lame.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I remember her getting hit with a
wanted
hammer.
more. I needed more.
It just
I got nothing. The premise, like you just said out loud, if you said that, hey, here's what's going to happen, I'm all about it. How do we do this? All right, I shot it. What do you think? No.
Lackluster
Who?
at best.
yeah, lackluster
Who?
at best.
Yeah.
I
mean,
literally
anyone.
at this
I mean, I don't
point-
know who was in the room looking at this after it was edited and was like, no.
At this point, I am literally like, if you can't get me here, you're not going to get me throughout the rest of this
You
movie.
had a guy with
I
a melted
finished-
face and a chick with French fry fingers, and you could do anything in this big elaborate obstacle course to do.
In this scene, now is the time where you
Have fun.
the dichotomy between the twistedness going on. Now is the time when you bring in their jovial, normal music, that because it doesn't
or
fit.
even if he was singing the Tra-La-La song, I would kind of get into it. He didn't do any of that.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why I mentioned Peter Jackson's Bad Taste a while back, because that was an expert precision example of absurdity and taking an absurd set of circumstances and just going balls to the wall crazy. And you should have done that with
This could have easily been absurd, and it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was absurd how bad it was, but that's not a good thing.
Correct. I agree.
But I did finish the movie because I am professional.
Down the hall, Paige discovers that all the phone lines have been cut because Rebecca ordered her to go call for help. And when she goes for all the bags she confiscated the cell phones in, they've all been smashed to pieces. That's not good.
Well,
Flegel style.
they haven't been just smashed to pieces. They've been fine ground into powder.
Yeah, the screens are dust.
These machines are so thorough when it comes to other electronics.
The kids find their way to an enormous empty studio space where they are confronted by Snorky. Zoe tells the others, "You run!" and she gets ready to box the elephant. But Harley says that won't be necessary. You see, Snorky, his favorite split, is different than the others. Harley reaches out his hand to Snorky, and Snorky takes it and doesn't crush it. Well, there's that moment there where
There was, yeah.
that's a nice little moment. Harley starts singing the Tra-La-La song, fucker, and dancing to the Snorky shuffle, fucker. And sure enough, his childhood hero begins to dance along with him.
Fucker.
Fucker. If I never hear that Tra-La-La horse shit fucking song again.
You mean the tra la 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 la. That song. Did you want me to?
I'm never letting you two pick a movie again.
Do you want me to do it again?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
You don't need to. It's ingrained there for the next 3 weeks.
Okay.
Snorky then takes Harley's hand and leads all the kids away. I knew I liked Snorky best too when he ran over Mitch in that banana boat. That was a good sign. Snorky had some
Snorky
going
cares.
on. Austin finds Paige hiding in the ball pit. She's hiding there and she screams when she finds Rebecca's with her brains bashed in from the big hammer. And the two of them rejoin Beth and Poppy to find a way to stop the banana splits. You know, I can understand why Beth and Austin are sticking around. They got to find those kids. But Paige and Poppy, should have been just making a 50-yard sprint through the fucking front gate.
Well, Poppy's messed up.
Why are they staying there?
Poppy's messed up mentally because she saw her fiance just get hacked by a big gigantic animatronic.
It's like my wife. If even if there was like a clear runway to safety, if something happened to me, she would be so devastated. There's no way in hell she could possibly get herself together enough to. My loss would be just doctor style. Inconsolable. Just the amount of grief is just off the charts.
But you're right. Paige should have said,
fuck y'all. Fuck you. You said I'm canceled. I'm out of here.
What the hell am I doing here?
Yes. The group heads down to Madman Carl's workshop instead to get his help. If anybody knows how to stop the splits, it's Carl. But he ain't helping them one bit. The show must go on, he says. That's what the splits are programmed for. Keep in mind, he's locked in. Remember, they locked him in the cage. The gang hears some music coming from below, and they grab some crude weapons, a hammer, a wrench, a crowbar.
Because it's always wise to follow music down a creepy, dark tunnel.
Hey, there's creepy, childish music coming from down the basement. Let's go.
No.
And they head down into the basement to stop the show.
No.
All of them, that is, except Poppy.
No, she's off on a new quest.
I think we've missed.
Poppy's kind of fucked up.
I think we've missed kind of judged how big her grief is.
I didn't.
She loved that. She sees an owl costume in the corner, and Carl explains that he was in the process of building a sister for the boys, Hootie. It's a 5th banana split, an owl. Poppy puts on the Hootie head and the glove featuring extremely sharp talons. Yak boy, did I use that word? Talon?
You did indeed.
Owls have talons?
They do.
And she proceeds to slice the shit out of Carl. Cosplaying with a vengeance. I don't know why I said that like Guy Fieri. I actually like this moment a lot from her.
This actually makes sense.
I was kind of numbed at this movie at this point, but then when she did that, I was like, oh shit, that makes sense. I'm with you. I was watching TV the other night, and I was like, you know what? I was like, what would it be like if that weird world of Alex Jones crossed over? Because, you know, when you're watching, like, The Bachelor or football on ABC, like Saturday Football, and they have, like, those promos for, like, the stupid shows they do. And I was like... It's just terrible because like you're watching football and there's like this at the bottom of the screen these little characters pop up like Stumptown on Tuesday night, and I was like, I don't know why it just dawned on me like how crazy would that be if like that was like in his world too, where like he'd get money for that. Like, all right, go buy my organic grain seed. It'll keep you safe in the event of a nuclear holocaust. By the way, 8 p.m. Eastern Time on ABC. Go to Stump. You want to watch Stumptown. She's a hardcore private detective that's not taking any crap from anybody. It's like, well, they'll never get him.
Doing the live reads?
Yeah, they do the live reads. Like, she's a badass private investigator who's not taking shit from anybody. Stumptown, ABC, 8 p.m. Eastern, Tuesday nights.
She's a snarky book elite from Harvard. He's a down-home country boy from Alabama.
Look, whether you see it on ABC or you hear it, listen to it on Infowars.com, it's still a stupid fucking show. Nobody's going to watch this crap. It'll be canceled in a year. We all know it. Go to Infowars.com. Stumptown. Are you kidding me? Who's going to watch that shit? Who the hell? What? Andy, the VP of programming?
I want something edgy.
I want something cool and edgy. I want to get the chick from How I Met Your Mother. I'm going to make her a detective, and we're going to call it Stumptown. Andy's about to be made into a stump here in a minute. Stumptown? Who approved that shit?
People.
But there you got, like, what's the guy on football who's the Bachelor? Jesse...
I don't know.
Jesse Palmer?
Jesse Palmer?
He's like... Yeah, you know what? Oklahoma ran for, they got 5 third downs. They converted. It's the change of the game. By the way, Tuesday night Stumptown on ABC. Give me a break. Sorry, I didn't mean to go off on a Stumptown tangent. Down the basement, which is a series of vast dark corridors with shards of cloth hanging from the ceiling for some reason.
Why?
Why would that exist? And blinking lights.
Why?
Random blinking
It's a fully
lights?
functioning Hollywood studio. Why would they have that?
Why wouldn't the random blinking lights be up in the robotic workshop?
They should have been in the robotic workshop, but I will admit
This
that
is
as
a
soon
ho-
as
a Hollywood
as soon as
studio
it was like random working lights, all of a sudden I can see Cody's doop, doop.
Just
I'm kind of liking this.
Don't get him started.
But no, it should have been
Was
in
it
the
in
workshop.
sequence
It
and then
should have been in the
off sequence?
workshop.
Okay, can you explain why there's random
No.
shards of,
No.
of like
I don't
cloth
know.
hanging from
They-
the ceiling? Other than it kind of looks okay for the singing.
apparently they've gone down a tunnel into the 5th level of Dante's Hell.
Paige trips over the corpse of Brad, her fellow Paige. He's got Bingo's drumsticks rammed into both eye sockets,
I can barely remember Brad.
and he had like a tiny moment in
Yeah.
the early
A
movie.
half second.
And it gets worse. Just around the corner, they find a landfill of dead, rotting bodies.
All of the
Every-
other families.
Every single family that was there, the adults, is piled up on top of each other, butchered to shit. But luckily, there's no sign of any kids. All the parents are killed.
There's literally like 50 bodies.
This could have been so much creepier than it was.
Well, and
I
they
mean, this
give
scene
no-
actually was kind of creepy the way it was shot. But at this point, you totally lost me on everything else. That I just
It would have taken
I
them
didn't
2
care.
seconds.
This is so bad.
Early
Did
on.
you see Tut just adopted an Irish accent? This is so better than anything else.
Oh my god.
He totally did.
don't. Dude, you're like 5 beers into a 10% ABV. I don't think that was me.
It's like you've had 50% alcohol.
You think after a certain amount of beers, I start hearing Tut in an Irish accent?
I think so.
That's kind of cool. I'm not going to fight that.
I don't know what you're talking about, Kate.
Did you hear that?
I know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're hearing.
What's going on?
Tut is the ghost of Patrick O'Malley. Catholic priest, touched a lot of kids. He's
Let me tell you what you're talking
He's
about.
back with a vengeance. Google it. But no, there was a lot more bodies there than there were audience
Well,
members in the,
here's my
in the
thing. Like,
seats.
once again, they give no precedent as to if they had shown like one of them like literally like the families are leaving and you see one of the banana splits with a detour sign.
That would
That would
have
have been pretty.
yeah, that would have been nice.
You would give precedent like, oh, go this way.
Come this way for free ice cream. That's all you need to
Boom.
do.
2 seconds.
It made
killed them
sense
all.
of it.
But now all of a sudden you have a pile of dead
Yeah, how
bodies
they-
and no precedent.
I like it, X. But here's my point is, it's late. None of these families have reported back home for hours, and none of their families have reported them missing or called the cops?
Well, they got to be missing for 24 hours.
I can understand if my family didn't report me missing. They're used to me disappearing off the map for 3 or 4 days. I get it. But
Kate
these
hasn't come
look-
home
These look
for
like
5
normal
days.
These
That's
look,
normal.
these look like normal people, not me.
The sheriff. Well, Mrs. Kate, have you looked in the backyard?
No, that's the first thing. Did you look in the backyard? Did you look in the driveway? Is he in the back of his truck? Did you look in the mailbox?
How's it going to fit in there? Oh, he'll fit.
Just go look. Special delivery, babe.
Just Cade spilling out like those envelopes early on.
But, dude, come on. It's 2019. If all these people didn't report home, somebody would have called the cops.
I just, at this point, you're thinking way too much into this.
Well, suddenly the group hears the screams of children, and Beth leads the charge. They're going to help. Sure enough, the Banana Splits are putting on a demented, extremely violent version of their variety show for their captive audience.
And this time, they mean it. They've
Yeah,
chained
but
them.
They're literally captives. The kids shriek in terror as Stevie is wheeled out, the lollipop still lodged in his throat.
I thought that was kind of a good look.
And they set him on fire with an enormous blowtorch. Also, Snorky shows up with Harley and his friends, but when he locks their ankles to the rest of the kids, he gives them the key. Snorky's good.
Snorky.
Well, he's still he's towing the line, but he gives them the key. Paige says, I love this line. The page says to Beth, this show will never end. The splits will keep these children here forever, and this show will go on forever. No, Paige. Eventually the cops will... This isn't like Dante's Inferno.
I don't think the cops will get past the pieces of cloth.
This is in purgatory. For the next 90 years, we have to live with this show. No, the cops will show up eventually looking for these people. They're robots. They're not deities.
No.
It's going to come to an end. Beth says bullshit to that and decides to take action. As she attempts to quietly break the kiddo's shackles, Flegel and Drooper bring out the Wheel of Endings. Was that a thing on the original show?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
They did it on the thing earlier in the movie.
I didn't know if that was a recreation or something new they did. Okay. So they actually had the Wheel of Endings? Okay. And Andy, the senior vice president of programming, is strapped to it.
Nailed to it.
Remember, we just saw the cigar drop. We saw the cigar drop. We didn't see him die.
That was kind of macabre.
Yeah.
He shouts, "You can't do this! I'm the senior vice president of programming!" God, this guy's dialogue. It's inexcusable how bad this guy's dialogue is.
It's not just him. I mean, it's the writing of the whole
screenplay.
Thing.
It's terrible. But luckily, we don't have to hear any more of his dialogue. Flegel spins the Wheel of Endings, and it lands on Banana Split. So
I wonder what that could mean.
So he and Drooper each grab a set of arms and legs, Andy's arms and legs, and yank them off of Andy's torso with blood and ligaments flying everywhere. Beth couldn't stand the thought of all these kids witnessing such a traumatic event. She's a mom.
Yeah. She witnessed her husband die.
They're going to have PTSD for years.
No shit.
She breaks her cover and runs out. Kids, close your eyes. Don't watch this. Which what fucking 12-year-old's going to be like?
Well, how can they? They can't get their hands up from the chains.
No, they all bend over and don't watch.
Production note.
I thought that was really cool, Beth.
Yes.
She's
regarding
the ultimate mom.
Regarding the Banana Split kill, I will give it to the actor who did the producer. Appropriate amount of screen and appropriate amount of hysterical screen. Okay. You're being ripped apart. I thought it was a good touch. There's been other times where I've seen a kill to where it's like, stop it.
I don't know. I almost for a second I started getting a little flashback to Bone Tomahawk, and I was like, I don't need to see that again.
Yeah. And the other one we did, Green Inferno with the cannibals.
Yeah.
There was way too much screaming. Yeah.
Actually, the clown movie that I was watching over the shoulder, I think you fell asleep at the torture porn stuff. To where in the clown there was like one girl hanging upside down and he splits her. I was just kind of like, I'm over this.
So you liked Andy's disciplined approach to screaming?
Well, I thought it was the right amount of terror.
Okay.
But yeah, I kind of like EX. And just
Beth,
let's get this over with. As soon as the silent, because I looked away because I don't want to see that. So when the silence stopped, I was like, it's good.
Well, Beth, she's a good mom and she has that protective spirit. Well, except for the part where she brought Mitch into their lives for close to a decade. She wasn't really thinking about her kids then, right?
Yeah.
No, it's the father of her child. He's got to be something. There was something there once.
Didn't need to live there.
Very true.
During Andy's death scene, he's now the fifth Banana Split, Stumpy. His arms and legs are gone.
Nah.
No, not good. Harley is able to unlock all the kids' chains and everyone runs off screaming. Except Beth, that is, who stares Flegel in the face as she holds her wrench high in the air. Come on, you fuzzy son of a bitch. She beats Drooper's ass, but Flegel grabs her by the throat and holds her down in front of the blowtorch. Just then, Austin swoops in and rams his crowbar through Drooper's mask, taking him out of the equation. But this really pisses Flegel off as he starts pounding and slashing the shit out of both Austin and his really suddenly hot mom. Right? She gets hotter as this movie goes on, am I right?
Tell us more of
Tell me I'm wrong.
No, you're not wrong. Tell us more as the sweat drip down her sensuous curves.
He wants to get...
I wonder if it's like because she's the only like viable female character in the movie, to where it's kind of like, 2 a.m. at the nightclub. It's the only female that's viable, so yeah, she's hot.
Nope, that's not it.
No, she actually was pretty cute.
And she got cuter as her layers came off. He once again wraps his furry paws around Beth's neck, and just as he's about to squeeze and end her life, much like the way she ended Harley and Austin's childhood innocence by marrying Mitch.
Well, Austin...
Sorry.
Harley didn't even exist when they got together because that's their kid. Oh, Mitch, that piece of shit.
I'm only human. Unlike the banana splits, I'm human. Harley shows up and tosses his magic wand that Austin got him for his birthday to Beth. And she shoves it through Flegel's oversized noggin. Banana cadabra, bitch, she said. She quips.
She does.
He slumps backwards with white gooey stuff pouring out of his mouth, Tud on the Travis tour bus style.
That's true.
After a big family hug, Harley tells Beth, his mom, that the show really wasn't what he expected it to be, and they all have a good laugh. Oh, Harley.
Oh, God.
Oh, Harley. But they aren't laughing for long, are they?
They are not.
As Beth and her two sons reunite with Paige and Zoe, Bingo the Orange Ape pops up out of nowhere, and he's got bloodlust in his mechanical eyes. As he approaches them, Snorky the elephant swoops in and saves the day. Bingo and Snorky battle it out, punching one another, yanking wiring and tubing out of one another, until finally Bingo's head splits in half, just as he yanks out Snorky's gentle robot heart. Both banana splits collapse to the ground, and Harley has just enough time to tell Snorky that he'll always be his favorite before the poor old elephant drifts off to banana heaven. Interesting fact. Do y'all know why in nature 2 elephants can't go swimming together in the same pond?
No.
Because they only have one pair of trunks.
I don't want it to be in my brain.
Can't escape it.
Google it.
Yeah, that was Snarky.
Google it.
That look right there, that was not Snorky. That was Snarky.
No, you're snarky.
It's out there, people.
It's
Google
out there,
it.
people. Google it.
Are we done?
Outside the studio, there's a million cops all of a sudden. They all show up.
Well, they were on their way.
When the shit's all done, the cops show up. Zoe confesses to Harley that he's not as weird as she thought. She likes Harley.
Yeah, I like it.
Austin asks Paige for a number, but she grabs him and kisses the dweeb. That's nice.
He looked out.
And the one and only Mitch shows back up. the
son
Mitchster.
of a bitch.
He's all bloody and shit from being run over by the banana
Mitchster's
buggy.
right.
And he tells Beth, I got ran over by a banana buggy. Oh my God, look at me, I'm all bloody. But this experience has made me realize I want to be with you and not the hot and horny Kara, my personal assistant, who's constantly sending me titty pics. He wants to be with her. It's kind of nice.
He found his purpose.
He's kind of nice. I think it's nice.
Oh,
Beth socks him right on the chin,
telegraphed,
drops him like a sack of rocks, and tells his whimpering ass, "I want a divorce."
Boom.
She's found her strength, boys. She's found her strength.
Yeah, sure.
But ladies' man Mitch is
It's that
not
5-10% over there.
I know.
is not going to be okay. You guys making fun of me? How long it takes me to turn my page?
Just a little.
You get your big tabs.
In the words of the great Eazy-E, fuck all y'all. Ladies' man Mitch is not going to be okay as he stumbles after a caravan of ambulances that are leaving him behind. Dude, they're just racing past. He's like, "Help me!
Help me! No,
I'm hurt. Blood.
No, I got kids in here. Got kids in here.
I think they could sense what an asshole he was. Get this. All of a sudden, he's suddenly run over for a second time by another banana buggy.
But this time he's dead because you see him literally
You see
just
him just get squished. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
I will say that this run over scene was actually pretty good.
Hey, speaking of Mitch, what do you call a banana who gets all the girls?
What?
A banana smoothie.
It burns. It burns.
Are we done yet?
So who's driving the banana buggy, you ask?
Who?
Who could it be?
I'll tell you, Yax. It's Poppy. Still wearing her Hootie the Owl costume. And she's piled all the banana split robots in the back of her banana car to get the hell out of there with her. As she's singing the Tra-la-la song. Give it to me.
La.
She's clearly, by the gleam in her eye, gone full batshit
Bananas.
crazy.
But even
She's
then,
gone
Bananas.
even then,
Get
this
top with the bananas. She's gone bananas.
she's gone bananas.
She's totally full blown bananas.
But my problem is like even when she's singing it, it's still not creepy enough.
I don't know. When she was
I don't mind this scene, actually.
everything with Poppy, I liked. I liked when she put on the mask and killed Carl, and I liked this scene. Like she's taking cosplaying to mind blowing new extremes. I like it.
Her level of cosplay
Her
is
level of cosplay is
unbelievable.
enormous. Just off the charts. I like this. But she was just kind of humming the Tra-la-la song.
Right.
She's crazy.
Yes.
And while she's doing it, we go in the back of her banana car, and we see Fleagle's eye come alive with the red dot.
He's still alive.
Still alive. And he's ready to regroup and rest up for the Banana Splits movie Part 2.
I think that though.
Is there a part 2?
God, well,
It's certainly set up for
I don't want to be part
wanna
of that.
see it,
I
yeah.
won't be watching it.
No.
Tut, what are you going to say?
One of the things that would have helped this scene with Poppy going through there is if they would have actually included her in on the show doing some of the kills. If they would have made her a little bit more of the banana split posse going into it.
But she hated the Banana Splits. They killed her fiance.
Yeah, but she went fucking bananas and, she put on the owl costume, basically becoming one of the splits.
So Hootie becomes...
Right. She becomes Hootie. She has a little small bit in the, Undertunnel post-show. Kills something or something.
What are we talking about here?
I'm just trying to salvage this script, man. It's such a
No, but just... I think if she, in the basement, underground after show with the Banana Splits, if Hootie had become more, like maybe she grab a keytar or a xylophone.
I'm just saying that this was such a unique concept. It's a cool concept. It's a good IP to do a horror thing with.
It's great in concept.
You had great actors, or not great actors, but you had some really strong actors going at this, and this is what you gave me. And I feel, as a guy who's not even a horror fan, I feel let down. I can't imagine what horror fans feel.
Very true. And I'll go back to my original supposition. Never once did they explain why they had robots.
I will say this, I'm like, All right, first of all, this is our Halloween episode.
Drifters, homeless people could have pulled off the shit they did on stage. Can you throw pies? Can you pretend to play a guitar? Yes. Okay. We'll give you $6 an hour. Okay, great. Or we could develop these highly technological robots. The military hasn't even seen this technology. Yeah, that's a good point. I just want to say this on the record. I had a handful of really interesting looking horror films I could have programmed for tonight. Pagan sacrifices, killer cheerleaders, psycho clowns, even some ghost flicks. But I let you two numbnuts talk me into this movie.
I hope you learned your lesson.
I will never do it again. You know what a ghost's favorite fruit is? A banana.
Oh, God. You did all that just to set that joke up. That's horrible. I mean, it's kind of impressive, but horrible.
Both.
I just can't deal with it.
Okay, you know what? It had so much potential, and I think we all agree it just fell a little bit short.
It didn't fall a little bit short. It fell a lot short.
I'll go with Todd on that. It fell a lot short. I was being nice.
I really thought that this potentially, I mean, it looked cool. I mean, it had the markings of a cool
You guys
little
were
story.
all on board, yeah.
The trailer was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But this is a concept that had no follow through.
It's literally one of those things, and you see this in the game world a lot, where they'll get the license to a cool IP, and then they're just like, people are going to buy this just because of the IP. And then they don't put any meat, any substance, anything into the game at all. They're just relying on the IP to sell it.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I thought they did here. They got the Hanna-Barbera IP. They got the Banana Splits IP. And they're like, just this whole concept alone will sell the movie. And it did. I mean, we're reviewing it.
We paid what? $15.
But I will say this. I will say this. I think Fuck Manicus was my worst show that we've ever done on this podcast. Even though
Father's Day.
Even though Fuck Manicus had some stuff, had some moments to where I was just like, I hate what Cade's done here.
It had some artistic stuff going on.
But it had some stuff. This, you ask me on a different day, I might say Fuck Manicus is the worst show we've ever done. On another day, this is the worst show that we've ever done.
Yeah.
You picked it.
I know. It's a horrible movie. It is. There's no redeemable value
You know
to
what
it.
former U.S. politician, very popular U.S. politician who loves bananas, would probably love this movie?
Who?
Al Gorilla.
That's not a thing.
Al Gore?
That's not. I know. I get
Gorilla?
it. Oh, God. Are we done?
Did you boys enjoy my side-splitting humor tonight? As always?
Yes.
God,
Yes, I did.
I was a little under the weather tonight, and I talked myself into a full-blown sore throat.
That's because of your Alex Jones stuff.
I think that had a lot to do with it, Tud. Nancy Pelosi is a Banana Splits reject. She was the fifth split. She was a primate. Everyone knows it.
We did it, though.
Oh,
We made it all the way through.
We got through it, boys. And I want to thank every one of you.
Happy fucking Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Absolutely.
It's a pagan ritual developed by the Liberal Caucus. Nancy Pelosi. Google it. Sam Hain. Michelle Obama's penis. It's all there.
Sam Hain.
Sam Hain has nothing to do.
Season of the Witch.
Season of the Witch. We should have just re-reviewed
Ancient
that.
Druid cultures would get down on their knees and bow down to Michelle Obama's penis. It's all there. Google it. You can buy a sack of 19 pounds of my own Infowars.com seed and grain. It'll keep you fed down in your shelters. TNCC 20 gives you 20% off.
TNCC does not, or TNCC 20 does not give you 20% off of InfoWars, but it does give you 20% off of FamousSmoke.com if you want to buy the cigars that you see tonight, or buy any cigars that you want to.
Good save.
Go to FamousSmoke.com, or actually go to TNCC. Go to Famous Smoke, buy your cigars. Plug in the promo
You
code.
can go to our
TNCC20.
website and click on the banner, or you can just go straight to Famous and plug it in afterwards. TNCC 20.
There you go. By the way, join us on Instagram at TNCC_podcast.
Hey, watch our stories.
Watch our stories,
They're
dude. If you were watching Facebook, you saw Cade lift up 500 pounds.
It's pretty amazing.
It was.
I will say this: when I saw that bar bow and bend, I was like, "Holy shit! I gotta stop making fun of this guy."
I never made fun
I'll
of
crush you.
Yeah, he will.
you. He made fun of you.
No, I would never hurt you.
No,
man.
you'll lift my dead body up.
You're my friend. No, I occasionally, this year is the transformation of Cade. Life is about balance. And to do what we do as regularly as we do it, there's got to be some balance. So Cade is finding his balance so I can live another couple of years.
After just years of unhealthy.
5 years of this? I got to do something.
Well, it was pretty damn cool. So you can see that on our Facebook channel, Tuesday Night Cigar Club.
Correct.
By the way, subscribe to us on YouTube, Tuesday Night Cigar Club. Hit us on Instagram, TNCC_podcast.
I think that's
and
it.
then Twitter at TNCCcast.
Does anybody tweet on there? I don't.
I don't really. To be
Still
honest.
go there.
Well,
Why not?
I mean, I would.
Okay. And I will use this occasion to announce something very special for us before we sign off. God, the Alex Jones voice. I can't get rid of it. Before we sign off. The TNCC boys will be back behind the camera at the end of this year. I'm going to use this date to announce it. We're going to be doing a Halloween fan film.
I'm excited.
Based on the Halloween film series. I haven't been this pumped about something in a long time. The doctor and I are writing the script. It is coming along beautifully. And keep your eyes on our YouTube page and our Facebook page. It's going to be epic. It's going to be really, really good. I'm really excited about it. And Google it.
Google it.
Google it, you sons of bitches. All right. May the wings of liberty never lose a feather, you sons of bitches. Sayonara, motherfuckers.
To learn more about the time I woke up in bed with a foggy memory of the night before, and one of my beloved childhood Banana Splits heroes sobbing quietly while lying next to me, please read my highly controversial and highly erotic short story, From Drooper to Droopy, How I Spent 2 Hours Convincing a Giant Fuzzy Bass-Playing Lion That It Happens to All Us Fellas, by Keith A. Howell. Okay, I lied. There is nothing erotic about this short story. But there could be. Wait a minute. What if in Chapter 3 I have Snorky walking into the bedroom carrying a bag of salty peanuts and a bottle of wine? Now you're cooking, Keith. Now you're cooking with gas. And in the meantime, to learn more about the cigars and other libations enjoyed on tonight's episode, you can visit jcnewman.com, clecigars.com, and vonsteenberg.com. That's Von Steenberg spelled the Dutch way, with 4 E's. For more on O'Brien's Irish Pub, the live music leader in Central Texas, please visit o'brienstemple.com and download their free smartphone app, where you'll find full beer listings including over 40 on tap, menu information, and a calendar of upcoming live events. To listen and purchase music heard on tonight's program, check out www.fritzbeermusic.com. Thank you for listening to the Tuesday Night Cigar Club podcast. This is Keith A. Howell saying until next time, friends, unless we see you sooner at the pub. So keep it smoky, and for God's sake, keep it ballsy as well.